live. Well, hello, Internet and friends. We are on a new episode of Dresden Files, Auto Weird, which is the name I'm going with for now. And we're going to start with a warning to viewers. Leo?
Oh, viewer discretion is advised. This program will contain swear words, nudity, and perhaps some racism. Who knows? We might go all out and hate every single race equally. So I guess that's technically not racism because we hate everyone equally. That works, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good.
Thank you, Leo.
Oh shit, we're canceled now.
Should have had that one from the first one.
Yes, absolutely. Also, something new, we've got a sponsor finally. Jordan?
Yes, today's episode is actually brought to us by our kind sponsors at Tim's Taxidermy. You snuff it, they'll stuff it. Located in the greater Ottawa area and active since 1984. But if you look in the bio or the merch link there, it'll be in the bio for their products and services.
Use product code SNUFF.
Yep.
Thanks, Jordan. We appreciate that. All right, and it looks like Aaron's doing the recap for the last session. Aaron?
Oh boy, where did we start off? I believe we started that session with the reboot of Ansel's Oops.
Yep.
And Jack convinced everybody that he was Odin. And Valis convinced everyone that he was Balder. And Alfred convinced everyone he was a slave.
That was the best.
That wasn't a lie.
True.
And the rest of us just sort of like sat back and were like,
Damn it.
You okay, Bob?
Any rope? Anybody? I don't have any rope.
What?
You need to go for a swing?
I need to go for a swing. Fucking man.
He needs
You find my body swinging from a rope, I did do it, and I was fucking committed. Yeah, it's happening.
Everything peachy keen on your end, Bobo?
It is. I just got to change my shirt because I can't have my company on here because I say things that are appropriate and fun. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm good to go. Are we rolling for the last person to do recap?
Aaron.
No, Aaron's doing it right now.
She's in the middle of it.
Oh, you're welcome. So start from the beginning. I missed all of it. Do it better this time.
Fuck you, Bob.
But I'm gonna mute myself again so I can listen better.
It sounded like Mr. Nutter Butter right there from John from the
Nutter Butter.
Fuck you, Bob.
And go.
No, it's not. It's eat shit, Bob.
Eat shit, Bob.
I've looked a few buttholes. What are you talking about?
All right,
Sounds pretty
Aaron, please proceed.
So, for Bob's sake, Jack convinced everyone that he was Odin. Valis convinced everyone that he was Balder. Alfred convinced everyone he was a slave. And the rest of us just sort of sat back and were like, managed to get everyone all riled up and ready to go to take on the
We're Vikings. It doesn't take much. That's not really a highlight.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Got everyone ready to go and kill a Wendigo.
Yep.
Marched over there and I believe Ansel was like, we managed to convince Ansel not to eat the heart this time. And we jumped off a cliff, and Neria had to save everybody because they were all idiots and decided to jump too.
The gods
If your god jumped off a cliff, would you do it?
Actually, yes, I would.
Been there, done that, actually.
Battle with the Wendigo went pretty well. It was a little touch and go for
Lots
some
of touching,
people.
not so much going.
Neria fucking turned it inside out and made its
Yeah,
brain like explode, basically.
It was fun.
And there was
After we
fire.
almost killed it like what 6 times?
And then it just sort of like regenerated, and we're like, well, fuck.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And then we did it all over again, and there you again, turned it inside out, made it explode, set it on fire, just. And once it was dead,
Ish.
dead-ish,
Eat its heart.
the dude inside was like trying to claw its way out, but he was put out of his misery relatively quickly.
Literally, Brandon asked me, why didn't the axe separate the two beings? I'm like, are you not paying attention?
I feel dashing.
Because we're in a dream and it's not the real axe.
Couple of reasons, for sure.
Wait. I'm surprised John Paul didn't eat the heart, because he ate a coin last time. That worked out so well for him.
Because it
a few
was
things.
very much stressed.
I also
that
swallowed the
nobody
key
should
to my
eat the heart.
area. I swallowed the key. It's still in me. I haven't passed it through yet.
Oh,
That's true.
And then
I
we
guess
managed
the lesson
to
here is JP will eat anything.
Give it to JP.
give it to Mikey. He'll eat everything.
My wife will say the same thing.
JP, are you sure you're not Asian?
I just want to know what you had for breakfast. Come here.
Gross. Moving
Thanks.
along.
Just don't let him eat bats.
No, it's not bats that caused this one. I don't remember what the animal is called, but it's not a bat.
I think it was
what the one in
pangolin.
South Park?
Yes, it's a pangolin.
Pangolin.
Don't let him eat a pangolin.
Pangolin, yeah. It was a pangolin all along. Randy Marsh, you wild animal, you.
I see
we're
Amanda
still in the
shaking her
midst of
head
the
with
fight,
disapproval.
We're still fighting the creature?
No, we are finished fighting the creature. It was
Oh, that's right,
defeated.
that's
Ansel got his key,
And
and we got the hell out.
Giggity.
Second time round.
We Karen, her hair is like going completely bleach white. When we got out, she was like, and we are currently still in the representation of Ottawa.
And in Ansel's apartment in the Nepean area.
Yes.
And we're debating letting out a dark god for no reason.
And
And why are we even doing this quest?
Faye ran off to scout out the last door. I believe.
I think I was half passed out at that point.
I don't think we should open the door. I vote against. We should really think about why we're doing all this stuff now.
I think we should all comment on the fact that Karen's gone full cultural appropriation here. Like visual on top of everything else.
She looks even just slightly more tan than before.
Her hair is just a little bit more white.
Yeah, her hair's gone white, skin's a little more tan. She seems wizened.
She
So
seems
you
a what?
In this, Nepean apartment, 2 floors, nice place. It looks out onto like Maryville or something, Maryville Greenbank area. And it's not far from the Nepean Sportsplex, actually. So, in the room, it's still nighttime. It's dark out. It's Rocco and Karen. Ansel's there with you, and he looks like he's pulled himself together. He's doing all right, but Faye's not there. Faye's gone.
How's Jackie doing?
We're also noticing that none of us ate in days
Yeah.
in the real world.
Yeah, and the last thing Rocco had said to you is, where Rocco and Faye had said, not Faye.
What did Kevin say?
It has been at least 2 days since you entered that door.
Nobody's paying. It's just the one door. So how many days has it been since we got here?
It has been. So do you ask that, or you just want to roll for it? Whether you know it or not.
Is that meta? So I guess I'll roll for it. I guess. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I figure every single episode we've done is 1 day. I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't spoil his hidden fact.
Do you need the dices? The dices?
I got. All right, and then was that with my lore?
Yeah, scholarship, lore, any sort of
Oh,
intelligence.
scholarship for my penis. So 5.
5? All right. It has been 4 days since you've gotten in here. And when you think about it and spend some time, the first day with the crash, was about 5-6 hours before you did the first door. And then you did 3 doors in the first day, and then you went and had a sleep, and that's when you met the god. And then it has been a
Did
day.
we actually sleep though, or did we sleep in a dream?
You slept in the dream. There's no, you cannot tell. The more JP thinks about this, the more he realizes there's no real knowing how long it's been in the real world.
So, as I say to the group, we've been on this quest. No one has paid us money. We did not ask to do this. We're running forward and forward and forward, getting these keys for a dark god. And none of us has ate or slept properly in 4 days. I do not. We're just doing this thing. No one has paid us. We have not
I
asked
do
to do
not
this.
believe it is a dark god.
Then why is he in jail? He's been locked up for thousands of years because
Things
he's a
have
nice
been
guy.
locked up for thousands of years all over the place. It doesn't make them bad.
Yes,
It
yes,
does when
it
it's a
does.
god and it's sealed with 8 keys that only mortals can open. We're opening doors for a god that's been locked away. I don't know this god.
Do
We need to
we
get out. We can
exploit?
always come back
It
and let him
Let's put
free.
it this way. It's the only way we're getting out.
We do not know this. How do we know this is true?
No, he won't
Have
open
we
our
found
door.
an alternative?
That's what I'm asking you. Maybe we should be looking for an alternative and not opening these doors blindly for a god who has not even paid us.
Okay, did you
Did
say
not- I
He's here
did not
anyway,
alternative?
and he killed Daniel, so I'm good. I've been paid.
Which that makes you wonder. With Daniel dead, does his spell on you keep going?
I won't know until I wake up. At least I know my body's provided for. I'm in a hospital with a feeding tube stuck in me somewhere. I'm good.
God, I hope it's your mouth.
Oh, honey, if you
We're all
want to
gonna
find
just
out,
do
come
this.
here and test
We're all
it.
gonna just
So,
open
Amanda,
doors.
point for a setup. Jordan, point for a payoff.
Okay.
So we're just gonna open these doors and let this god out and not even know why. We could always try to find another way out and come back for him.
Neria, you would know better than anybody here what our chances are of finding another way out of here without doing anything else. I would imagine.
Neria, roll a lore.
Five.
You suspect that with all the keys, you might be able to open the central door, but you don't know for sure. It's worth a try once you get them all.
Kind of like get most of them in there and then break the locks on the rest.
Well, here's the thing. We know that they'll open his door. But if we use all of them on our door, maybe we can bypass his lock.
It's possible. We wouldn't know unless we tried.
Because right now, it's not necessarily his world, but he's the one that's keeping us here.
Yeah, we did not sign up for this.
Well, some of you people are uniquely fitted for it, and some of us are stuck here because Ansel did things without asking.
He shrugs. It was for the better of everyone, really.
Really, so if my boss catches me asleep on the job, literally, and not waking up, you know what I could physically wake up to? I might be dead right now.
The chances of you being dead right now are pretty low
I would-
considering how much
I would wake up
that evil
dead.
Kingstress cares about making sure she has power. I mean, if you're as strong as you seem to be, there's a good chance she's just waiting outside your room for whatever. Like, you're probably fine realistically.
He's not in a room, though. He's in the middle of the forest.
Oh, you
Didn't
mean
you
the
say
god?
that?
Do you mean the god, or do you mean Magic Boy?
Jack,
Yeah,
I
Jack.
believe you said you were in the middle of the forest when you passed out, yes?
No, weren't you in the middle of Arctis Tour?
I'm in Arctis Tor.
Ah.
Yeah, you said something about an order, something like that. Or was it
Yeah.
you a gopher?
If you've
I
been
really hope
magically
that's not the
asleep for
case.
4 days in Arctis tour, you'd think they'd be trying to figure out how to get you awake.
I think realistically, like if my understanding of magics and ancient magics goes on, we probably haven't been asleep for more than 8 hours. Despite how much time passes here, I think realistically we're still just asleep in our beds. Or some fucked up things going on and nobody's come looking for us. Any of us, none of us. We're all important people. I'm an important people.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, like when you're asleep, your mind's working faster. We could literally be like, it could be, we'd think 8 hours or so. It could be 8 minutes.
Oh, I don't want to wake up
Hard
from
to
this
say.
shit and have to go back to bed.
Yeah, going back to sleep would be kind of difficult.
We did eat in the dream and I was hungry. Like, it's impossible to know until we wake up. And Rocco nods in the background and goes, I would have been woken up at this point if it was more than 8 hours. Somebody would have done something.
So the lore rule was nothing?
Oh, is that a meta question? No, that's how long passage of time has happened in your perception of time in this dream.
Not the exact. So that isn't the passage of real time. That's my perception of time.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, ask your,
Phone?
no, I was going to say it's Hitchhiker, but yeah, let's go ahead and call the phone.
Well, the
Because
phone can't
it's
really get to
active.
us.
It's active here in your head, and it's active there at your body.
What was that?
It
Lee?
might actually literally know
Well,
how
I
long.
was saying that Kevin's tried to contact us a couple times already, and he's always cut out. Like he can't really get a connection to us, right?
Yeah, we should actually cover what Kevin said so far too, if we can, because he's given us very strong hints of things that we shouldn't be doing.
He
Mm,
said that
right.
someone was lying.
Yeah. Don't believe them. He's lying. They're lying.
Well, since Karen's going all drow on us, I have a feeling I know who's lying.
So I got two.
So
I'm gonna pull
so
Kevin out of
Rob's
my.
like, your bet is that it's this god is not being full front with us.
Yeah, he's a god.
Mhm.
Well,
He
no,
doesn't
he's only wearing a loincloth. He
think
could be
he
going
needs
full
to be.
frontal.
Yeah.
Do you think Vanderung tells us everything? No, he doesn't have to.
Or
He
can.
tells us what he
Got his
needs.
own shit going on in like multiple levels, says Anthony.
He's also not locked away.
Vanderung's got side gigs like you wouldn't believe.
You don't think this guy's waiting to get some side gigs on? He's telling us what he needs us to know to get him out of here.
Yeah, he's a banished god.
Karen very angrily says, he is who he says he is. There's no question of it. His power...
Yes,
I
banished god.
I question you're saying who you are right now.
He's banished.
No, it's a god of winter. It definitely gives off that vibe
Yeah, you know.
with death and the warriors and everything else. That's a definite vibe to it.
No,
The
but
problem
Don't
is,
set him free. Something is going to go extremely bad in the real world, says Karen.
it's a
Okay,
matter
wait, hold up,
of-
hold up. If he's the god of winter, and
He's a winter god.
yeah, but
oh,
that isn't Jack reporting to like the winter god? This is a meta question.
Oh, sort
no.
of.
There is no
Winter
god of
Court.
winter.
In a very like, there's multiple gods, but Mab, like they're literally the elements.
Yeah, they control the elements. And Karen kind of straight up says, the native people have been suffering because he's not been let free.
The
They
natives
know
have been
this.
suffering. It has nothing to do with him in prison.
No, we
Why
can
Has
solve
everything
this.
to
Okay,
do
okay,
with
here.
being in prison. He is one of their main gods. Gahone is one of the main native gods, and he has been imprisoned for like almost 1,000 years.
And if
Okay,
we don't let him out, then the bad thing under the mountain is going to do bad things to everybody.
Okay, so here's a legitimate question, and this is going to sound really awful, but if we give everyone blankets and kill them all, and no one's going to pray to the god, doesn't that solve the problem? Because a god needs people to pray to,
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
right? So I'm
Oh
just saying.
wow! You weren't lying about going full.
Hate them all. So
There was a disclaimer for a reason, was there not?
does Alfred express this? We should wipe out the natives. Content?
We've already wiped out the natives.
No,
Past
there's
tense?
there's still native tribes and bands out there.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I want out of this hellhole, and I'll do anything I need to get out of this hellhole.
Leo, the RCMP have failed at it for centuries. Good luck.
Trudeau's
Keep
putting him
trying.
on it again. He's really trying with that lava land pipeline.
Yeah.
No one prays to him right now because he's been useless to them. As soon as he shows his face, there's going to be plenty of people who believe in him, and they won't all be native.
Yes. Well, Karen begins expressing just how much more power and spirituality and essence of spirit will return to the First Nations people once their god is no longer imprisoned.
Why was he imprisoned then, Karen?
I think he was imprisoned by the Spaniards when they came here. I think when they came to America, they used their magics to get rid of him. Because it would weaken the people they were fighting.
Oh, did the power of Christ
their gods
compel him?
versus the natives. So they brought their Christ and they brought their beliefs and they just stomped to death all the faiths and gods that were here.
So that means that the power of Christ compelled them and he's stronger?
Yeah.
They believed in it. They brought more people. They brought more weapons. They brought their faith and they forced it down the throats of the native people until their god was dead or hidden.
But he's not dead. He's locked up with 8 doors. That's
And
not
now-
a Christ thing. That's
Meta question: does this
Yeah.
mean this is exactly in this world what happened to the Greek gods, the Egyptian gods, and probably where Odin is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in the Dresden Files, that's kind of how that works.
Let's see how much chaos we can make. How many of these guys can we break out?
Mm.
well, there's the forgotten gods.
I'm not. You're not wrong.
The Greek gods aren't in jail. I mean, he's in one of the books. He is a Greek god.
Oh my!
And Odin is in the real world. He's my boss.
Yeah, and the Greek
Yeah,
gods are still there, and
Meta.
their heaven and hell still exist.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I
but
meant-
there's still
no,
gonna be
we're
some
in
that are
their
gonna be
hell.
locked
This is
away. So
Tartarus.
how many of them can we break out, and how much chaos can we make?
I have a feeling they're in a different section.
Please.
Oh my God! Oh my
The
God! You
Titans?
gave me
Let's
the
get
best
Titans
idea.
Then?
Yes, we're in Tartarus.
Yeah.
There's a Titan here.
A
Titans.
no.
Can we
several.
please?
No. The Titan.
What, Kronos?
Kronos?
Kronos is here.
The Titan of Time?
Are you people insane?
A
Yes.
little.
Hi, Volus. Nice to meet you.
I am completely off my rocker. I want to see how much chaos I can cause.
No, we don't want to destroy
I
the world.
voluntarily sold my
No, we don't want to
soul to
destroy
the
the world. We
Queen
want to
of
get the fuck
Winter.
out of here.
Eternal
We
Wind.
I mean, to be fair, we're not going to destroy the world. We're just going to pit the new gods versus the old gods, like they do in the Justice League. This
And
is
you
fine.
don't think that is going to create absolute destruction and chaos on the
No.
planet?
But we're
Of
going to
course
let
not.
them take
Haven't-
care of each other and our problem for us. They're going to
haven't
go at each
built it.
other. We're going to go away scot-free. Let them take care of
Nothing we
each other.
Praise God.
Nothing we do here
Aaron,
is going to destroy
haven't you
the world.
seen? Haven't you seen Justice League Dark, that second one where Darkseid fought Raven's father, and they just went at it, and the
That was
Justice
epic.
League got away?
That
That's
was
how
epic.
we have
I
to do it.
appreciated that.
Just
The world
set
isn't
the
gonna
gods
be
at each other
destroyed.
until pure chaos.
The world isn't going to be destroyed with anything we do here. All these guys were around long before us. They had their chance on Earth and they got fucked over. Do you know how many people there are right now on the planet? Like more than any gods have ever had to deal with. They're going to be overwhelmed and they're going to want to come back here. So
I just want to see how much chaos I can cause. Seriously, let's just release them all.
Area. I expected better of you.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you expected wrong.
Now you're full dark.
To be honest, says Rocco, the power vacuum of religion has been growing for the last 100 years, since 1910, give or take. So I'm suspecting that the Christian gods have been locking up a lot of the old gods.
Well,
sounds
I
like-
mean, what
Christian
about
gods,
the
plural?
monolithic gods like the Buddha and Shiva and all those other ones? They're still
They've
around.
been-
They
They
are,
were
but they're
longer.
not as prevalent in North America, are they?
I would argue that they are.
And there's so many more people believing.
There has been a growing dissidence from the worship as original, says Rocco. My grandfather, the way he does his stuff is nothing like how I do. Right? To him, all those practices, those
We
superstitions
lost to
matter.
Jordan.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I'm
Rocco,
just I'm checking something really quick.
You're just showing us your helmet. Nice helmet,
Yeah.
bro.
Stare at my helmet, bye.
I'd really like to polish your helmet.
Please stand by. But yeah, so Rocco kind of waxes philosophical about the growing atheism and loss of love for all the gods and yada yada yada, and how if there's a return of gods, there'll be a big push for all these groups.
Also, Aaron, to be fair, I'm not suggesting genocide or mass murder.
Yeah, you are. You release all the gods. That's genocide and mass murder.
Yeah, start releasing
See what
gods,
happens?
It will be a
That's
fight.
genocide and mass murder.
Yeah,
To
straight
be
up.
clear,
Releasing a dark
I
god
don't
on
mind.
purpose.
Here,
The-
I'm
the
asking
Christian
about
God
causing
and the Greek-
chaos on this plane of reality for the time being.
Yeah.
I am not condoning.
Genocide.
I'm not condoning genocide. Like,
But to be clear, the Greek gods and their followers and the Christian and Jewish gods have been fighting forever.
to be fair, I am not suggesting we release the Aztec gods, okay?
Justin, I sent you a message.
Quetzalcoatl? You don't want to release Quetzalcoatl?
Justin, I sent you a message on
Well,
a meta question.
I'm attempting to be good, okay? I just want to
But,
cause chaos.
We did not set out on this quest. We don't know if this guy is who he says he is. We don't know if he's Gahona or Gahona. We don't know if he's George.
when I saw
Where did you send that question, Brandon? Where?
Messenger.
MSN Messenger?
No, Facebook.
Facebook Messenger.
MSN
MSN Messenger.
Messenger.
What the hell
MSN
century are you in?
Yeah.
I'm
Was it
old.
1995?
Come on, I'm like almost 40. Fuck off.
What
We're in
are
the
you,
dream
like-
world.
Okay.
Why
Do
you
you
did-
think we could pull off getting hypnos here?
Why don't we move it to Yahoo chat groups?
Oh, can we go ICQ instead? I'm very familiar with
You know
that.
what? You know what? We'll just all go on AOL. All right. We'll go back to two.
You know what?
before
Let's go to the BBS
before-
for the Big Bad Bruins, and we'll just leave messages there.
Okay.
You
Why
have
don't we
Megan.
just go to MIRC? We'll just go to MIRC. and
We're
chat
losing
room.
people like flies, dude. Let's move back to the game.
So,
Okay, but you didn't say. Oh, there it is. I got it. I
what
finally
if we summon hypnos? It's a Greek god of sleep, literally.
Yes.
We're in Tartarus, which is closer to their wheelhouse. We're literally asleep.
For days.
I mean, it'd be hard to
For
get
days.
someone who doesn't have that much pull. Now, the problem is that how much access do we really have to our own abilities? Because yes, we're using them to a degree, but we're also limited in a main way.
We're also marching along following orders to an army we didn't sign up for and a quest we didn't look for. We are
Well,
slaves.
I look at it like this way: as long as we toe the line for now, he keeps the big squid things from turning us into Japanese characters. Okay,
I agree.
I don't want that to happen again.
I agree.
That
I don't like
happened.
that.
We're past it.
Yeah, I have access to all of my powers with the exception of getting back to my body and out of here.
Have you tried
Yeah,
lately since we killed Dennis?
Daniel.
And
Danny?
The
Dennis?
big D.
I was
mean-
able to revive Jackie, so
In a dream.
he's
Um,
still here. Yes.
Yeah, but if you
Yes,
if you
yeah.
die in a dream, you die for real. That's kind of a general rule.
not
At that-
we,
at
don't,
that
we
point,
wouldn't even
Jackie
have a body
comes-
to work with.
At that point, Jackie walks down the stairs. He looks like he's been up in the second floor, one of the bedrooms. He comes downstairs and kind of sits down and takes out a pack of smokes and then decides not to smoke. He just kind of sits there and listens.
You okay, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm fine. I could just hear you guys arguing about what to do here. So I'm just trying to figure out what the best option is as well. Like, I don't know if I believe this god 100% either. Like, since all this is going on.
So maybe we should get the keys and do what we want to do and fuck this god for now. And if we need to come back and let him free, we could always come back.
Did we find the center door yet?
Not
No.
yet, but we're still waiting for Faye to return with the location of the last door.
Yeah, the dragon's on his way there.
He left around lunch yesterday.
We try
Although
to
it's
manifest
a really
it.
big city to run around without a vehicle. I'm sure he'll figure something out, though, says Jackie.
We're looking for a door that's connected to You.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Picture the
no.
door in your head.
No.
Manifest.
That's the thing. Where in this city do you have any connection at all?
I suppose I sort of had the connection to the monastery.
The
Sort of.
Taoist one?
Alfred's home.
Yeah, the Taoist one. Jackie takes out that smoke and finally lights it. Kind of
Because
over a bit as he smokes, not looking at anyone.
every door has been in a location that was connected to, or the door itself was connected to the person. We know that you're the last person. Therefore, the door has a connection to you.
Maybe the door is where my body is.
Where's your body?
In an alley over by Bayshore, I think.
That's near the monastery anyway.
Yeah, that's very
So
close.
if we're gonna
to
go
the
with that, if we're gonna go that route for either way, then we might as well head that way.
Well, let's go
There's a
to
monastery.
Nobody gave Fei Long a fake cell phone or walkie-talkie.
I have my cell phone.
Does Fei?
Faye's a fairly modern man. I'm sure he has something.
Do we have his number?
Everyone looks to Alfred.
Alfred, do you have his ING contact?
ING the bank?
Sure.
I do have his bank account number, yes. It's called Tangerine now.
Regardless of that, do you have
Can you
his
call him?
pager? Can you page him? Can you get him to call us?
Yes, I will
Let's
send
rock
him a quick. I'll send him a quick message. I pull up my cell phone in my dream state because we all know this works, and send him a quick message.
Just a text?
Just a text.
5 cents a minute or 5 cents a text?
Yeah, 5 cents 6. So
No, we've agreed at the beginning of the show that all the cell phone companies are now called Robellas, and there are all new mighty gods, so they're charging me $100 a text.
Yes.
So we should just let them deal with the old Indian guy.
Yes,
Old
100%.
native guy. Native guy, sorry.
Yes.
So
Didn't mean to-
Indian is correct. First Nations people prefer to be called Indian. 100%.
Since when?
Since forever.
It's forever. Some white person decided they shouldn't be called that anymore.
Well, here's the thing: is we gave them the name Indian, took their land, took their culture, took their children, and then now we're going to take the name Indian back. We can go fuck ourselves, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys are in BC. You know better than I do about that.
Yes.
I know several Indians that agree with that.
Yeah.
So
Really?
so what do we call Indians?
Indians.
Indians?
They're
East
Indian.
Indians?
So there's American Indians, and then there's like people from India or Indians, but like North American First Nations people, they don't like First Nations. They don't like any of that shit. They're like, we're Indians. You don't get to take
What
it
about
back.
Inuit?
Fuck you. You don't get to assuage your guilt by taking it back. We're Indians. Deal with it.
Hater.
Look at that. To be fair, Chinese people are racist against everyone, so it doesn't fucking matter.
It's true.
Our term for black people literally
we're not
translates.
gonna go any further
no.
into this.
Don't do
Stop
it.
right now.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
I knew a black guy
Only
once,
if
and I
they're
can't say any of the words he
Nigerian
said.
Can you call them Nigerian? That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
No, our literal term for
No.
black people.
No, stop. No more. We're moving on. Okay.
YouTube has not kicked us off the air yet. We don't
We're
want to
still
go
live
to
on
now.
YouTube for some reason.
You don't want a phone call at work, is what you said on the internet.
There's
Yeah.
3 things we
not
can't do on
racist.
YouTube.
Look, it literally does not translate to anything racist.
Don't do
That's
it.
cool, but we don't need to
Please,
know.
no.
Yeah,
Forget.
we don't need to know. So,
There's a group of white people are saying no.
all the white people are saying no.
I
So
mean, to be fair, our
be
term
fair.
for whiteies is way more derogatory than it is for African Americans or African people.
okay.
Either.
Okay, so anyway, we're heading to the temple.
They
Okay.
did.
So, okay.
For
It's
those
about
of you at
that
home
time.
following along, that's the first time we actually banded together to not do something racist.
We're
Dear
growing,
diary, we're learning.
growing as a people. So, Alfred, your phone buzzes.
Yes.
It is, I'm assuming, the most generic of tings because you don't do anything with your phone.
No. It's the Mario coin. You know,
Oh.
Mario goes. Bing!
Yeah.
Yes.
So your phone tings. About 5 minutes later, apparently, he's not quick with the texts. And it says, at Parliament found North Door.
He's using his
All right.
word keyboard.
Yeah.
We found the door at
No,
Parliament.
he still has a BlackBerry.
Yes,
They're really
absolutely.
nice.
You
Right?
just
So
had to
we
say
gotta go
black and berry, didn't you?
Parliament.
So he
get
found
you canceled.
Cojones door.
Yeah. It's at
So we
Parliament.
should agree we get the key and then we do what we want to do. Does that sound good, everyone?
You
Yes.
still have to find my door.
I have a key inside of me, so I know where mine is.
So, hypothetically, Anna, where do you think your best location to find your door will be?
I think that since I wander around so much, it's probably centered on where I am currently. So that alley is probably where it is.
I say we should go take a look.
All right.
Yep.
So, Rocco says, in the past couple of days that you've been gone, I found a couple of vehicles. There's a van that we could all jump in. And
Oh, it's very useful. Thank you.
it
Was
runs.
it down by the river?
It hasn't run out of gas, so.
What the hell was that?
Sorry, it's my hiccup.
It's freaking adorable.
It's the cutest little hiccup in the world.
That's the third one I've been holding back.
All right, so we're gonna drive to the Bayshore
The
area.
sparkles come off of you when you hiccup. Sorry.
Oh,
I couldn't help it.
Bob, you don't know me very well.
I would very much like Bob to be driving.
I have driving.
Yes.
Oh, don't start this. Please don't start this. Alfred, let him drive.
But you gotta let the Asian man drive.
Oh,
Do you have driving?
yes.
I do.
Did you take a point for driving?
Every fucking time someone has to drive, this argument happens. We
Fine,
don't do
drive, Leo. Let's go.
All right.
We're all gonna die. I mean, he's very good. I'm gonna roll for defense while he drives.
Please.
I got negative
All right, give-
3.
Give me a roll, Leo, for drive.
The
What is
last
Alfred?
time I saw an Asian this dedicated to driving was the Stig. Sorry, the Stig's Asian cousin.
Yes. Well, that would be Alfred.
Are we there yet?
So with that 3 in driving, he drives perfectly. The streets are empty as you drive from Nepean to the Bayshore area. You
Wait. But isn't this a Grand Theft Auto where if I run over people, I get bonus points?
There's no
No,
People.
No,
It's a
you just
dream.
fuck
no
up our day.
people.
It's a dream. You see anyone that's not us, hit him.
And you don't. Driving in the middle of the night with the moon full and bright, there's no one on the streets.
It looks like they're running out of CPU power. Do you have no NPCs?
No NPCs whatsoever. It is desolate.
No, it's Ottawa. There is no one on the streets at 1 a.m. We are not the city of fun.
Yes. But also
Wow, seriously?
but also
Not in Greenbank.
not Greenbank. You get to go Greenbank to
Go to the market,
Queensway.
maybe, but that's in the
Greenbank
east
to the
end.
Queensway.
Nada.
So anyway, once you're on the Queensway, there's also 0 vehicles on the Queensway. There's just nothing,
I feel a little nervous.
right?
not populating anymore.
Yeah, and then you get to Bayshore. You pull off on Bayshore Drive, and get down. And Aaron begins kind of giving you pointers, Leo or Alfred, as to where she was. And you end up in a subdivision, not the mall, but like one of those row housing, those like geared to income, really ratty places.
Yeah.
And you get into that area, and she points to where she was when she woke up next to Neria, where she bumped into that guy. And as you
Okay.
get closer, Aaron, you begin seeing in the distance blinking lights, flashing lights. And there's a strong familiarity to it. Can you roll lore for me?
Yep.
Get a 9. Get a 9.
I don't think I can.
Is it that
Actually,
other
I
whorehouse
could
that you
potentially.
use?
I could potentially get an 8. I think. But you'll have to settle for a 6.
So, the first thing you see is a sign in German, and Routen, flashing light, and it's incredibly familiar. As you drive further forward, you start seeing all these lights and what looks like a giant circus tent, and it looks not just kind of familiar. You're very familiar with it. Trying trying to remember the actual name. Hold on a second.
Yikes stuff.
No. Das Tolle Spiel is the show. And you remember,
British show.
not because Jordan's incorrect, but because they changed their name in 1950 because of previous affiliations. So this is
The Nazis.
last time you had seen Thomas and Fred and Carlos and the whole gang there. It's the tent. Last time you saw them.
Oh. There's the door.
Yeah, and you see what looks like a giant tent. Massive giant tent.
Can we go
On
see
the
what's in
bright
the tent?
side, it's not going to be that much of a time travel. So that is good.
Yeah.
Yes,
You-
because
Maybe
that's
we-
been the hardest part of this whole ordeal.
So Alfred pulls over
tentacles?
this giant out of place circus tent with lights flashing and everything. Karen and Jackie opt to not come with you guys. But Rocco is with you guys.
What should we go take a peekaboo? Aaron, what should we be expecting for your trauma?
Well, Aaron doesn't actually know because the stuff isn't stuff that I was privy to.
Oh,
Good job, Justin.
She didn't
so
answer the question, so I made it up.
so you have memory loss and you do not know.
I
to-
wasn't looking at Facebook. It's not my fault.
But we
So-
all look at Facebook. We are addicts. Yes, I just look at Facebook and I touch the buttons and I'm like, oh yeah.
Aaron, for Anna, if this is what she remembers, this is she had been traveling Europe and she had maintained a friendship with Thomas and Fred for a long time and had come back and forth, and they had told you that they were doing another show where they were reenacting a major war in Dresden, Germany, and that there was quite the fight that had happened, and they're doing a big reenactment for it, trying to get everyone's minds off of everything that had happened in the past 20 years, get away from the negativity.
So they did a show
truth.
about a war?
Yes, absolutely. And it's very popular.
Hmm.
So you had received mail about it. And yeah, so you had come to see them, but by this point, like, Thomas is like in his 70s.
Mm.
Thomas is in his 70s.
Well, I suppose you can expect to watch some theater.
Oh, I wish I was dead. I mean, we could do this. I can do this. We can do this.
All right. So you stand outside this tent, this massive tent. What do you want to do? Do you want to
I
go?
pitched a few tents, so I think I should just take a peekaboo, and if I start screaming and yelling, save me.
Don't think you can go in unless I lead the way. You can
Okay,
try
then, I
if
will.
you'd like.
I will hold your hand and go with you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, JP.
I got two.
A 2 for what?
Two for the alertness as I walk in the door with her, holding
Fantastic.
hands.
Aaron, you go in with
Oh,
him?
that's two
Yes,
plus
I will
one.
lead him in.
So that's three. I got three.
3? Okay. You go and you open the tent, and as soon as you go through the tent, you can hear, "Hut! Hut! A little higher!" And you see Marquis, the strong man, tossing Lily up into the air. As she tosses into the air, she's in all this metal regalia. She flips and lands with the sword and swings, and you see Antonio sword spark off of him, and he swings back. And they're doing this whole big operatic show. You can see people prepping and setting up lines, and like everything's really well lit right now, so you can see all the like trapeze lines that they have. But you know, once it's low light, it'll all be like crazy what they're doing. It'll be mind blowing. But they're going, and the strong man says, "Come back, let's try it again." And Lily comes back. She goes, "Yes, I'll do it again, no problem." And she runs at him, and he tosses her again. Full flip sword at Antonio. He takes a swipe, bang, falls back, bangs his head, and you hear Sheila in the corner go, "You're doing it wrong. It looks stupid. You're not doing it correctly."
How can I agree more? You should definitely do this better.
And they all kind of turn to you, and they go, "Anastasia!" And everyone runs over, and you see Thomas. He goes, "I'm glad you can make it. I didn't think you would come."
Oh,
He's
thank you
gone
for
full
the
gray.
invitation.
Yeah, he's gone full gray. And Fred comes over, and he's got a couple of puppies that he's like carrying, and he's seems very excited to see you. He kind of waves.
Oh, the puppies!
Yeah, they're geese.
Oh, you
gotta-
found a beach for her?
Absolutely. We've been breeding a couple of them, selling them, training them. I think there might be a market for, lonely people. They certainly helped me.
Oh, they're so adorable.
Yeah. Well, purebred German Shepherds. It doesn't get better than that, doesn't it?
Not at all. These are my friends, by the way.
They kind of look at everybody who's walked in. Everybody waves.
Oui, oui,
You hear
but
Rocco from behind go, "Hey."
Hey, Rocco.
Hey, Rocco, I didn't expect you to be able to come in with us.
I didn't think I'd be able to pass through myself. And Thomas goes, "Any friend of Anna's is a friend of mine." And comes over and reaches out his hand. You can see the lines in his face. He's weather worn. He's becoming old very quickly.
Well,
These-
I think you should tell me his sins somewhere quietly.
You do not touch them, JP.
Oui, oui, they are your friends in your dream.
And he says,
This.
"So, how's your travels been? Did you get to see much of Turkey? Any of the locations you were looking to look at, or what?
Oh, I've been all over.
Did you?"
Nice.
He kind of leans in and kind of looks to make sure your friends aren't listening too close, and goes, "Did you find the well?"
I was able to, yes.
Really
Yes.
interesting. And was
So-
was it what you expected it to be? Because
It was very pretty, and I learned a lot. And your story has been added.
That's good. That's good. And he kind of leans back. He's like, "Well, welcome to the show. If I can get you guys anything, I'd be more than happy to. Lots of fireworks going on tonight. Kids are going to be here. This is the first show tonight, and we're doing only a small showing for close friends and family. So the train here, I'm assuming, was a little less hectic than the time we met.
I try to avoid trains.
Marquis kind of laughs from behind, and you hear Carlos coming over, and he's like, "I found something interesting I think you guys need to really look at." Well, Anna, anyway. "Hi,
Oh.
I'm Carlos," he says.
Hello,
Yeah.
I remember you.
Yeah, he introduces himself to your friends. "Carlos, hi, I'm Carlos. Hey."
Carlos was actually pretty good with a gun.
Yeah, not as good as Tomas, though. Anytime we
Tomas?
got like the big stunts, Tomas is the guy, but
Thomas? Nice.
Tomas. But he's getting old, and he slaps Thomas. He's like, hand shakes a little bit now. Thomas is like, "Fuck you."
So, how long till the show this evening?
Couple of hours. It's around that time, Neria, you do notice in the background a girl, a very stern-looking woman, probably in her late 50s. She's talking to someone in a room, and as she's talking, you can see what looks like Anna standing over there listening, even though she's right beside you.
Hmm.
I'm gonna kind of nudge Anna and say, "Is that where we need to start?"
Sort of glances over there.
Bet you $1 someone falls in the show.
And you see yourself by the door listening to Sheila talking to someone about something. As you recall, she had the maps from the crate that you had found on the train. If you remember the box that was on the train.
I suppose that is probably where I need to be at the moment.
Yeah. The maps, they were trying to not get too intense about them, but they had, there's a lot of writing on the maps in the notebooks. There was the book by Walter Engelbert that was there as well, and his findings. Engelbert, yeah.
And Anna will start, she'll walk over and like attempt to step into herself.
I'm gonna follow her.
Yeah. As you get over and closer to that position, things kind of change, and people all of a sudden shudder back into where they were in your memory. You had talked to Thomas, and he had asked you about the well in the past, but you hadn't found it. You remember you had found it years later. So this was the start of the search for the well. But there were certain complications, including the languages that you had learned. Several of the maps. Well, first and foremost, the crate. When you had found the crate in the train after Antonio had given his big speech, opened it up. On the top of it was a bunch of Nazi gold. But underneath that layer, that shelf, had been books, artifacts, standards from ancient Rome, as well as ancient texts outlining what they believed to be the position of the Garden of Eden.
Yes, thank God they covered that contraband with Nazi gold.
Yeah, very distracting.
Excellent hiding.
Yes.
You know, put
Open
worthless
crate,
stuff
Nazi
over
gold.
books. You know, just put the gold on top, so everyone knows. So it's just Nazi gold. You just keep going. It's Nazi gold. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Just go.
Get that Nazi gold. Nothing to see here.
Makes sense.
No, hold up.
Like, for the books.
Let's be politically correct here. The Nazi golds are all held in Swiss banks, all right? So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's true.
Listen, okay, we all know it's got Yuva Bowl all over it.
Yes. The teeth of Jews. Golden teeth.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, me.
Jack would go over and want to chat with Tomas.
Sure. You go over and talk to Thomas.
I'll let everyone else do their thing first, though, at the big group. I just want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Following.
The conversation, like I said, Sheila's talking with Thomas and Frederick right now, and they're talking about the maps and like how they're going to translate them. They're in this language, which I can definitely pronounce. Kartvelian. And yeah. Does anyone in the group speak Kartvelian?
I do now.
Sweet, write it down. How many languages you got so far?
I still have 2 left.
I have traveled abroad. I might know a little bit, but not fluent.
Well, I know JP speaks French. Do you, Anna?
Yep.
Is that your last language or second last language?
Second last.
Speak French.
Okay. So they're talking. They're talking in French. So JP and Anna can understand. And the maps are in Kartvelian, and they don't understand what's going on.
Oh, Japs, they are talking about you.
Yeah. They're going on back and forth about what the actual symbology of the language is. When Anna, you feel compelled to break in and start telling them what you think is on those maps. So by compelled, I mean you can either take a fate point or you can definitely not do this if you don't want to. You can just listen.
Ooh. She is gonna resist the compulsion.
Okay. Well, they go on about how just south of the Black Sea in Turkey, where this is pointing towards a town called, or a city called Hopa, that they believe that this is where the Garden of Eden is, and that the well over time has moved, and that the original well where most of the knowledge that because the Roman standard is of an eagle, he says in French, well, I'm not going to try and do French, but he says, I don't think that it was ever an eagle. I think it was supposed to be a phoenix.
You're twisted, Justin.
Right? At which point Thomas goes, if it is what we think it is, we can't tell Anna. If we tell her, she's going to run to it with all the fire of 10,000 exploding suns. And Fred kind of laughs and goes, that's my girl.
Definitely be a sentry.
And he goes, and what happens if she goes there? What happens if she dies? He goes, I don't know. We'd lose her as a person forever from everything that this book says. In the Single Bird, if she dies, we lose her as a person. Someone has to find her. Someone has to raise her. Like, she won't know us. And then Sheila goes, but there's others, right? There's like 100 plus others. And he's like, yeah, there's at least 144 of them out there from what this book is talking about. 12 tribes, 12 people per tribe. And anyway, so they kind of talk about that, and you see Sheila takes out the map and she says something in that foreign language. She's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But you do speak it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what she pronounces is the rod of destiny, or the rod of life, or of the future. It doesn't translate perfectly.
Mm. And she just sort of like pauses and starts to wander back to the rest of them.
You find yourself shuddering from your own consciousness and separating. As you look back, you can see Anna kind of slide down against the wall by one of the crates, kind of hiding herself, but listening in as her friends talk about her.
She walks back to the rest of them and she's like, I don't honestly know what to do in this situation. I figured out the rest of you, but I can't figure out my own. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to the well. I don't think that's the case.
Would you like a minute to call Justin and do some meta talking?
I definitely want to talk to Thomas now.
Okay, so at this point, everything kind of loops back, and you're standing at the doorway to the circus tent. As you walk in, you see Marquis toss Lily. She does the flip. And Thomas notices you coming in and goes, Anna, you made it.
Yes, we are here for the show. Let's wait for the show in 2 hours.
It's good to see you all. Yeah.
So Jack, you want to talk to Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay. To Thomas. Okay.
Getting up in age, huh?
He looks at you and goes, we have not met. My name is Thomas Billings. How are you doing?
Oh, I've got the gist of you. And from my tell, you know about this one, yeah?
Yes, and he kind of nods his head, and he reaches out his hands to shake your hand, and he says, you're a friend of Anna's?
Oui.
I'm something.
He,
You're something?
when you don't shake his hand, brushes off his hand and makes a gesture as if he's throwing it onto the ground, takes a slight step back and goes, not here in Bruges often, are you? I think a man of your predicament, I think I would have noticed before.
Mm.
And he taps the side of his head, right where your opposite eye.
Oh.
Yes.
Thought of that, did you?
I would have noticed someone going to the clinic, and he kind of moves his eye, and his eye is fake as well.
Oh, I'm gonna call you Blinky.
He said
Things falling apart.
Got shot in the eye years ago. It got fixed, but it ended up failing me anyway.
Mm.
I totally understand. I've taken a few shots to the eye when I was younger.
He laughs when you say that. He goes, "Well, it was more of a sword, but it happens."
So you knew Anna was coming, yeah?
I invited her. She's a friend. She's been a friend for years.
For many years?
He looks to Anna and smiles, and he goes, "What has it been? Almost 30 years now? Some of us not aging as gracefully," and smiles.
And not everyone can be as, youthful as I am.
Lily's
Or modest.
Lily
So-
hasn't aged a day either, and you hear her like laugh. She goes, "I can hardly land properly. We need to train a new person."
So then, here's a question then, if you're friends and everything. Why do you intend to use her?
I'm not sure your meaning.
Oh,
I will need you to roll an opposed check of some sort.
presents?
Yeah, it's doing a presence. That sounds correct.
Anna's looking confused now.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That
confused, the same
is
confused.
2, 3, 4. I got 5.
You got a 5? All right. He takes a 2 social against you. Not against you, against himself.
Mhm.
And goes, "I can't imagine you would think I would do such a thing." Anna's close personal friend.
I'm a distrusting individual. I
You're
see the
also a-
usefulness in everyone.
Anna, who is this guy and why did you bring him?
That is Jack. He's a bit of an asshole.
He is very cold, if you know what I mean.
He goes, "I can see that," and you hear a couple people in the background laugh. Marquis kind of laughs, and with everyone else laughing, I need you to roll a presence again.
Everybody?
No, just Jack, because he's being
Okay.
laughed at. It's a social situation.
Oh, and he's a social butterfly.
That
No, just me.
is. I don't know how good this is then. I only got a 3.
You got a 3, now you take a 2 social.
Oh, that's bad.
And in
Uh-oh.
fact, with everybody kind of laughing at you, you feel compelled to kind of step back and maybe leave. Like, just kind of walk away. You can take the fate point or not. It's up to you.
No.
Nope.
Why is everyone deciding tonight to not take free fate points? What's going on here?
Because someone woke up today and chose violence.
Yes. Was that someone you?
Hey, Aaron, watch this. It's going to be very amazing. Hey, Jack Sloan, ha ha ha! This is very funny. We are laughing at you.
I'm
You are a fag,
Watch
ha
it.
ha!
I'm calling a frosty wind.
Watch your whole world reset in a minute.
Yep. I'm not going to do anything overtly violent. I'm going to bring up a gale force wind around
Then
everyone.
take
now.
the fate point.
So, okay, roll for it. He. Okay. Good news, everyone.
So that's. I'm not using a lot of points. I'm only using like so.
Why do I
I
have
used 4
flashbacks
points
of
of
Toxic
power,
Dumpling
and
movie?
I got a 7 to control it.
Perfect. So with a 4, the majority of the people, save Lily and Marquis, get knocked off their feet. So
But I am okay. I have the.
I'm sorry. You laughed. Was that funny?
Yes, it was. You are a dick.
So everyone's kind of knocked over. Things get thrown about. You notice like papers, little adverts they have printed, kind of spin out into the room, and everything kind of goes torrential, not torrential rain, but torrential wind, gale force wind for a second, and then comes back down. Jack looks flustered, if not slightly annoyed at everything.
What is your problem?
I take a look at all the mess and look at him. No, you're not an ass. But you can walk away now.
Roll a presence again.
It's not great, not terrible. That's 2, 3.
You don't take any damage because it's 3-on-3, but you do feel the social pressure beginning to build.
Okay, so let's just bring this out then. You're invited here by your aging friend. Your aging friend knows you don't. And he knows
There's a show in 2 hours.
I'm confident it's a trap.
It's
I am
not
confident
a trap.
something bad happens at the show, and if we just had some patience, we would see. Is in
There's
2
not been
hours?
a situation we've come to that has been happy. So something went wrong, and this is where I'm thinking it started. The
Also,
thing you didn't know about.
Does it not you think of a dark god? We always have to see something dark about our past.
I think you're blinded by your faith in your friends.
You think her friend brought her here to make him young again?
Yes.
I can't do that. It's not what I do.
Don't tell us that.
You do, you know that, but do they know that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, they've got their books.
Bob, roll a conviction for your character.
Ooh, that's a good one for me. 3 plus 5? 1 second. 3 plus 5, 8.
There's something shifting in this reality. There's like, as they're talking and going back and forth, you can see what looks like fissures in space-time to the left and to the right.
Hey, Kevin, are you there? Kevin, can you hear me?
And yeah,
And yep.
yeah.
There's fissures here. What is going on? I feel like I am dying.
There, because the door can.
It is the door, yes.
There, it's through.
Okay, Aaron. Who has the most? There is. Do you see the fissures and the cracks in our reality?
She can actually roll a conviction.
Okie dokie.
I start pointing in the general directions of my panic.
4.
You can't see them, but where he points to, there's no door. There's just side of tent. He points directly to the left and directly to the right. Like if you were to divide the tent at its diameter, he's pointing to either side.
Can I take a look?
Sure, roll me a conviction.
That's my best bet. Oh,
I
okay,
do
so
not see exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
8.
Okay, so Amanda, Neria looks over and she can see faintly what looks like sort of like light imbued doors that just kind of like swelling and closing. Jordan, you can see them, that they're entranceways to different memories. So Jack looks and you can see that there's like this central memory is connected to 2 separate memories. So 3 memories altogether. The one you're in and 2 more.
What happens if we open the door? Meta question.
You can walk through the fissures and see what memory it goes into, but I can't tell you what it is till you do it.
I want to go take a look at the door since I'm now amused and confused and angry.
I walk behind
We
Jack.
can go through without Anna.
Door left or door right?
Well, there's only the one right answer, and that's the left.
Okay.
I follow directly behind Jack.
As you walk up to, Jack, you walk up to door on the left. It goes from swelling and ebbing to like solidifying into a square door.
I think you should open it, Jack.
It's not even a door you would open. It's just a bright light. It's a slab of light you can probably walk into.
I push Jack towards it.
Give me a roll for a push.
4.
4?
What are you
Four.
doing?
Do you resist?
I'll
Jack,
just
or
let
do
it
you-
happen.
Yeah, okay. So upon being pushed through the door, you come through the door and you hear the whooshing of wind, the jangling of chains. You can hear the tunk, 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 tunk of the wheels underneath you. And you hear, alive and dead. Either the cat is alive or dead, but in this box is something glorious and magical like you've never seen before. Just take a look and you'll see for yourself. And you
Wait,
see
is
Antonio.
this Schrodinger's cat?
You see Antonio, he's so much younger, and there's a crate marked with Nazi symbology on it. And all around you is these circus-type people, some of them covered in blood. But there's Anna with them as well. And he goes and he reaches over and he opens the box. And everyone looks in, and everyone's like, oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot believe this.
I'll look in the crate.
You realize you're on a train. You're in a train car. The smell of sulfur is extremely strong, as if a bomb has been set off. You see, as you look into the crate, what looks like bricks of gold with the eagle standard on top of each brick. Marquis walks over, a big, strong guy, dark skin, dark hair. He starts moving the bricks, and he goes, this is just a shelf. Guys, I think there's more underneath. And he picks it up. And underneath is a bunch of books, some handwritten, different languages, a bunch of maps, and what looks like a Roman standard for the eagle that they have, like a golden one. And Thomas goes, I haven't seen something like that outside of a museum. This is like a collection. All of these are some crazy ass collections. And all of them start kind of talking about it. Sheila walks over and picks up the book and goes, Walter Engelbert? Never heard of him, and passes it off to Lily, who starts flipping through it. And she's like, I don't read German. And passes it back to Thomas. Does anybody here read German? Or
I imagine I should.
Yeah.
I do.
I poke my head in the door, but I don't fully commit.
Yeah.
I'll totally read that book.
Mm-hmm. So that book is titled The Book of Many Things, Volume 16, The Phoenix by Walter Engelbert.
We lost JP.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Is there a appendix?
It's a journal, handwritten, but like he stylized the cover that way.
Okay. I'll just do a quick flick and flip through and see if anything just jumps out at me.
As you kind of walk over, people go, "Are you with the Russians from the front? Are you? I don't recognize you. I'm sorry. There's been so much that's gone on today. Are you okay? Did they?
Oh, I'm fine.
Did they hurt you? Are you?" And like Thomas is like, "Yeah, I think he was in the first cart. Are you with that kid? Are you his father?"
No. I'm was sleeping on a cart.
Give me a deception roll of some sort. What is it? It's not deception. It is deception. It's deceit. Give me a deceit roll.
Do I have deceit?
Of all the people in our party who should have deceit, it should be you.
No, I've got stealth, not deceit.
JP.
Well,
Speak of the devil.
So it's just a straight up roll. So 2.
You got a 2? He doesn't. He seems kind of flustered, like he's been through a lot already. So he kind of just accepts that you're there. And you see Anna kind of looking over at the book and kind of like looking around. And this Anna isn't wearing the same clothes that she was a minute ago. This is a different version of Anna.
Okay. I'm gonna look at that Anna and straight up go, look at her, look at the book, and then finally have that thing go off in my head like, ding, Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Phoenix.
Yep. All right. So anyone outside that door gonna walk through now that Jack has been pushed through it?
Yeah, when Jack just fucking vanished in a door I can't see him. What the hell happened? Where did he go?
My head's still poking through it, so you have to push me
I'm
in.
just gonna kind of do this to Anna and say, "Come here," and then I'm just gonna pull her through.
If any part of you goes through it, you get sucked through the door into the memory.
Oh, so I'm in there.
So all of you would see what's going on in the memory. This train car, these people finding this crate and all the stuff in the crate. And like I said, it smells of sulfur. The train car's rattling like it's damaged. It looks like a lot has happened. Like some of the people, Thomas, he's 28 years younger and like covered in blood. It looks like someone got shot right in front of him.
Carlos has like a freaking no. He got fixed. Never
And there's
mind.
also a German Shepherd running around very excitedly.
Oh, you're gonna have puppies.
A German Shepherd with freaking blood all over his muzzle.
Oh yeah, the German Shepherd's muzzle is just covered in blood.
Good dog.
Anna
Somehow
stops.
Jack Sloan gets sucked into Fred. Becomes Fred.
Who should I give CPR to? They all look so healthy.
Everybody looks pretty okay, although Fred's face is covered in blood.
So are they? Would I notice them kind of like popping in?
Yeah, everybody kind of pops in together as this sort of pantomime of "look what's in the crate," blah 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 happens.
I just turned to the Anna I know, holding the book in my hand and just shaking my head. They're like, I fucking know.
No, what?
If you want to roll a presence, and Anna, you want to roll whatever social fortitude presence.
That is
The opposite of
that's
presence.
good.
Something.
That's 6.
I don't know. I don't know what deceit. I don't know.
No, rapport. It's presence and rapport go together.
Oh, I definitely don't have any rapport.
So roll rapport to his. What'd you
Yeah,
get?
0.
So what'd you get, Jack?
6.
6. So Anna, you would take if she got 0, a 6 social against this,
Bam.
which could put you right over into like just full on confession mode.
It fills up all my boxes, but yeah, probably.
Your box is full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you at a 6 would be at the point where you're no longer in control of your mouth. You just begin ranting.
Bob, shut up.
Well, I didn't want to tell anybody, and it's because it's kind of awkward, and it's not really something I feel comfortable talking about.
I understand.
Oh, it's more than that, Aaron. Like it would be like full confession. Like JP's getting hard hearing this amount of confession happening naturally.
I'm actually getting a little bit of power from this.
Yeah, it would. He would literally get power from this.
You're actually charging my battery.
Yeah, this is like a full on confession. That level, a 6.
But it's not a sin, so
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
do much.
for one, it's a fate point. I'll give it to you because you're compelled. Secondly, you got to spill your beans.
Alright.
And I'll be back. You spill beans.
Alright,
So,
whatever
Anna.
questions that you have, just ask them, okay?
No, this is full confession mode. Yeah, I think you should tell me who and what are you? Now that all your boxes are full.
You're a phoenix. You're a phoenix. How hot are you?
Oh, are you immune to fire?
No?
No, they're not that kind of. It's not like the books. It's you.
It looks like fire.
Were you
I
married to
owe
a cyclops?
favors.
No, I was never. I'm actually, well, I know that at least one of us was.
Are you older than me?
Married to a cyclops?
Yes?
Okay. Who was married
I
to a
don't-
cyclops?
I don't know.
Every girl likes something with one eye.
The
It makes
history
perfect
is
sense.
not detailed. If we had too many details, it would be very hard to remember it all.
Okay.
How old are you? Are you older than 300?
I am, let's see here. One moment. I am
Technically, you have 2 ages.
currently, at least this life, I have been alive for 2,941 years.
Oh, I'm not the oldest. I finally
How
have
many
to-
times have you died?
I do not know. Probably a lot.
Even the doctor knows how many times.
I don't remember what happened before.
Okay.
Oh, do you get your memories wiped
Simpler
every time you're
question
reborn?
then.
I don't remember things from my past lives.
Oh,
You're
So it's a
only
total.
supposed to be able to do what you can do so many times,
So many times?
like healing people and whatnot.
I can do that As long as I have time to recover between them, I can do it however many times I want.
Now, let's put this question into perspective. Since we've come here to this dream world, how many times do you have left?
Since I helped Jackie, I can only do it one more time. And when I do it, I will be born anew.
Right.
Thus bringing
So
in
no
that
more time.
god-awful favor.
Yes.
Oh, I hate you so much more than I did before.
She's gonna go give Anna a hug because she's feeling really bad for her right now.
Amanda, Aaron, Jack, take a fate point.
Okay. Let's get past that.
If
What's
I
this
have-
well?
That is where I pilgrimage to kind of drop off my the history that I have experienced, sort of. It's a think of it like a big library of all of your history.
Oh,
So-
so you can read your history, but you cannot remember.
No. It's oral tradition. It's hard to say.
Or oral?
Oral
It's an
tradition.
oral history of the world.
Yes.
So Bob, roll a lore for your character.
Not a scholarship?
Scholarship works too.
Sweet.
So
1
It's-
plus 1 second.
we have, it's all the knowledge
4.
that
1 plus 3,
has
yeah.
happened on this planet for a long time.
So it's the most valuable item ever.
So
Yes, but only we can get there. No people.
So JP as well, with what she's saying and whatnot, you helped her collect a book at one point when you met her the first time, and that book, not only did she confess to knowing the people you've met today, the Reich stuff, these people, it's all coming very clear how you knew them and whatnot, but also that book from Leo there that she helped find had her history. It's all coming kind of clear what she was doing. She was collecting the information to eventually take to the well.
Well.
So if you know the well,
Mhm.
and they know you know the well,
Also, JP, take a fate point.
they want the well. They know you can bring them to the well. Is that why the Nazis have your stuff here?
No, only we can go to the well.
You know
It's
that's
not-
tacitly untrue. Roll
Huh?
a deceit. That's completely untrue. The well's a physical place.
Deceit. Please tell me I have something in this. Okay, I do. Not a lot, but
Would this well be somehow connected to the Oracle? Or not
plus
the Oracle,
3.
the archive?
It's meta. It's kind of similar.
So this is
archive
oral
would know
where the
anything
archive
that's
is
written in
written.
those books.
So it would be like investigation or presence or rapport for you, Jack, to kind of tell if she's lying or not.
And this is like the well knowledge from Phoenixes only.
Yeah, it's their particular.
That is 4.
So she's take a social point of 1, Aaron. And
Do I go over?
if you already have a 1, it becomes a 2.
All her boxes are full.
You can't. You don't fill your boxes like that.
No, it was past your thing before into a consequence earlier.
Yeah. So it doesn't fill every box prior. It's just that position, the number 6 position, gets filled. She would just take a 1. Right?
So you only filled 1.
You could fill 3, 1, 2, 5, 4. Right? Like you could fill them
Okay.
like that, right? But if you go 1, 1, 1, 1, it goes 1, and then it becomes 2, and then it becomes 3, and then it becomes 4, right?
Something has to get filled.
Something has to get filled, yeah.
Oh.
So They want you to lead them to this stupid well.
They have no reason to go to the well.
Sheila says, "What is this well? What are we talking about? Who are you people? How did you get through the train that blew up?"
When normal humans get old, they get desperate. They get stupid.
These
And
are my
all
family.
Family will destroy you. I tell you right now from experience, I got sold. Okay, by my father.
You should have got more for it.
Is this meta, Jordan?
No.
Okay.
So as you're saying that, is that you got sold, like you have a look of intensity, and everyone's kind of like listening to Jack talk, and everything resets, and Antonio's going, and in this box, the cat could be alive, or who the fuck are all you people? Where did you come from?
We are here because what you did to Anna.
JP, stop.
And
Does it
he
reset
looks-
again?
He
We
looks and
haven't
goes,
done it yet.
"Why is
We're your friends, Anna. Screw
you have a
them.
sister?"
I'm gonna like just place my hand on Anna's shoulder and say, Anna, honey, you are like family to me. And whether your other family is against you or not, we are here for a reason. We still have to find that reason out. I'm just gonna give her another hug.
Okay, perfect.
Let me guess, all you guys are looking for the library, yes?
The people on the train have no idea anything yet. It's the guys in the future that are trying to dick her over.
Mhm.
Maybe we should move to the
This
next
might
door.
only give them an idea, but they wouldn't know yet, I don't think. So they're just getting their hands on the
There
information.
was another door?
So
Yes.
Anna,
Yeah, there was two. We just chose this one.
Why do I have 3 doors?
We never let the
That's
train play
stupid.
all the way through. Maybe we should
You've lived longer than most of us.
maybe we should just leave Sloan here, let the whole movie play through so he could see everything they do.
roll a lore for me, JP.
Oh god, it's -2, and then with my lore. The alert. Well, I'll go against
It was an appropriate response.
So I got 1.
1. You're not sure if it's looped through completely, but we have gone through a loop.
Let's go to the other door. Fuck this shit.
You walk through.
I jumped through. I go, let's go see the other door.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit. I am
Just
out.
get
How you
out,
say?
out.
Yeah. Not only that, but you are compelled to just go through and find out what the fuck is in the other door.
And I run like a French fool. La Bacqua, I speak ish, and I jump through the door.
And
All right,
he
well,
ran.
Am I dead?
Trying to beat
He
you?
ran so
So
far
upon coming through
away.
the other door, you're in a crypt. You come through.
Oh, this feels
I need
familiar.
a scholarship roll from you.
Daddy, are you out there?
We should probably go track down JP.
Come on, Anna, let's go try.
Scholarship, I got 2 + 3. I got 5.
You are in 1 second. I just had it. The Cemetery of Skulls in Bruges, Belgium.
Bruce.
In-
Bruce.
Maybe this is supposed to be
Russia.
my worst day. This is pretty bad.
Yeah. So as you walk around, everything's molded over. The smell of like wet rot is strong.
No, it smells like
You
syrup.
can see there's a layer of water in this crypt. You're underground, and there's a bunch of bodies that have like washed out of the crypts everywhere.
So I'm in a giant crypt with multiple crypts, and all the
Yeah,
bodies are
you're
washed
in an
out.
underground crypt where all like it looks like it flooded and washed all the bodies out, and they're all everywhere. It just fucking reeks.
Do I see light going through any cracks anywhere?
There's a couple of torches, and you can hear people talking up front. You hear what sounds like a woman, another woman, and a guy. And the one of the women is French. You can hear.
I use my vampire skills and I sneak up very sneakily.
Give me a stealth.
I will give you a vampire stealthy. 0 plus -3. I got -3.
As you begin very stealthily walking up, doing your own theme song. Bum, 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 bum,
All I can think of is Gronk now.
Right? You see what looks like an
I
older.
got nothing that would help with this roll either.
You see an older woman.
You know what? I use a fate point and I re-roll.
You want to re-roll? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the fate point you just gave me. Just singing that theme song with a French accent's just so wrong.
Bump, bump, le bump, bump, bump.
Oh, la banta.
Bump, bump, le bump.
Ba-da-ba. Le Becois. I am
La
sneaking.
Calisesti.
Hey, Enchanté, do you not see me? 3.
Plus 3?
Yeah.
Okay. With vampire stealth, you become the darkness. You find yourself creeping up slowly towards the group of people.
Quiet, like Marcel
You
Marceau.
recognize 3 of them. The three that you see with the torches as they walk look to be Sheila, Thomas, and Lily.
Tomas.
Thomas.
Wow. I am listening very vampire-y.
They seem to be looking for something specifically. They're speaking in
Saki?
French, and they are looking for a particular crypt. It seems that Lily's lamenting the fact that the whole crypt flooded a couple days ago.
Oh,
Bless
God, you did not hear
you.
me? Did they hear that?
All right, what's
I told
everybody
you.
else doing? What are you doing, Alfred?
I am gonna sneak up with JP.
Give me a stealth.
I would use feather body technique at this point.
Walk on the
8.
water. 8?
Yeah.
You keep up no problem. In fact, JP, you don't even see him behind you. It is only through the slightest breeze and the fact that you can smell what he
Smell
was
him?
eating, the meat that you curried the other day while you were in the forest. You smell his breath. That's how you know he's dead. You
Sweet
turn
Jesus!
right here, right?
I brushed my teeth this morning, man.
Shantae.
Oh, Chante, mon ami.
One of me. Think I died a little bit and I'm a vampire.
So when the rest of us enter through the door,
JP, being surrounded by a bunch of stiffs make you a little frisky.
Anybody you knew? Anybody you liked?
Get a little wood, little mahogany. Tea.
Mahogany.
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 Oh.
And
We're
now,
not nerds. What are you talking about? All right. So anyway, what are you guys doing? You walk in?
Yeah, we're trying to hunt down JP because he's gonna ruin my life.
Hey, Leo, you should go tell them to be quiet. We're doing a mystery.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alfred,
I always knew JP was running through your head.
I am the most social and the most outgoing.
I could just picture Anna be like, "What?"
Yeah.
A little bit of vomit.
Being attractive.
I am
does not
gorgeous in
mean
this
you're
game.
attractive.
I'm a god to look upon.
Yes. Being attractive does not mean you're attractive.
Shit. But having +1 in my rapport, conviction, discipline does.
Yes, absolutely.
Presence.
There is without a doubt je ne sais quoi about you.
Yes. I am pretty because I say I'm pretty. People believe me.
Yeah.
And I'm also pretty.
He's got very high himbo.
Are you
appeal.
witty and
Strong
gay as
himbo
well?
energy. Strong.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so pretty.
emo vampire.
All sparkly in the sunshine.
Yeah.
So-
without
I'm a
doubt,
male
Jean-Paul
model.
looks like Jean-Paul looks like a male model.
Do I recognize?
But as a vampire, he generally sucks.
Aha! Yes.
Wah,
You do
wah.
recognize this, Anna. In fact, you know you're not far from here. You're down the pathway, and you've almost found the crypt of Walter Engelbert.
Oh, okay.
Was he one of you?
No.
No, but
No.
you know that he was buried with all the books.
And he wrote a book about them. So
Mm-hmm.
He knew about us. Not sure why or how.
But there's a bunch of books that he's collected. And the Book of the Angels and whatnot, and he's suspected to be buried here in the Cemetery of the Skull.
Very soggy books.
I can.
You never did find the crypt, though. That's the thing. So you never did find the crypt.
Maybe I'm supposed to find it now?
maybe.
Maybe.
well,
That seems reasonable, considering everything else we've had to do so far in this damn dreamscape.
I am not liking this at all.
But
I continue following the people around and listening.
That's been pretty consistent too.
So, you know, Anna, that you guys spend the next 10 hours going through these crypts, looking through bodies, trying to find it. That Engelbert is buried here somewhere, hypothetically, from everything that you've studied. I mean, now you speak the Catsalavarian, I think. Let me look it up again so I'm saying it correctly. You speak Cartvillian now, but you didn't then. So the map that you have, you're going on kind of instinct on what the map says, but if you want to go back into the circus tent back 5-6 years ago, you could go and look at the map while it was still in one piece before it got torn up.
Hey, Justin.
Neria, since you can see the door, can you come with me while I go take a look at the map?
Of course.
Okay. Jack?
Can I open my site?
Yeah, you can open your site. You open your site and everything looks like fluxing and flowing dream energy. But it doesn't look like the energy of Gohone. It looks like just pure like dream. Like dreams can manifest as memory.
Like we could
Okay,
put Kelly
in
here.
that situation, this book, would it be a book of power?
Be dream book.
They're the books.
No, what I mean is like, 'cause
Buried with?
I don't know if Anna's seen it, so I don't know if she would know.
Yeah, so the books Anna's looking for, she's never seen.
Okay, so then it wouldn't actually show up for my site then.
But
No,
if it's something we're looking for as a key, would it not look a little different? Would it
It's-
not emanate?
it's impossible to know right now what it would come off across as. Right now, she's looking for this crypt. In the future, she eventually does find the well. So when she had told Thomas earlier that she found the well, she did. She found it in like 1996. But this is when she was talking to him then. It's 1958.
That's why it reset.
Yeah,
Because it has not happened.
yeah. When she told him she found the well, she was talking about the future.
So the map they have in the crypt, is that one whole?
No, it's ripped in half.
Okay,
Half
yeah.
the map
That's
is
why, that's why they're going back to get see the original. Can
Yeah.
they bring it with them, or would that be like, would
So
it just like dissolve?
the map in whole as one piece exists in the two previous memories.
Yes. I'm saying if they bring it back with them, will it actually travel with them?
I don't know. You'll find out.
Okay.
What
Wait.
if she takes the half that they're missing and brings it back to the crypt?
You want to
They
try?
just reset.
You want to just slap him, grab a map, and run? I compel you. Slap him, take a fate point, Brandon. Slap him, take the map, and run through the door. Or don't. It's up to you.
Well, Aaron's already left to go see the whole map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go see the whole map.
Fuck! I keep dropping dice. Okay, I got
Yeah.
a plus and a minus,
Yeah.
and I got a plus. So I got a 1.
Okay, you successfully slap him, take your fate point.
Hey, look, a distraction.
Off you go with the map. As you run through the door, the map just disappears into nothingness.
Shit!
That resets where we are.
Yeah, and when he goes through, they're still practicing for tonight's show. All right, what's everyone doing? Did you take your fate point, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm taking fate points. I don't give a fuck what you people say.
I'm currently going with Anna to go take a look at the map.
I'm waiting for them to come back with the whole map.
So are you going to go through and look at the map in the circus, or are you going to look at the map in the train?
I'm just following Anna. She asked me to go with her.
I think they're going to the circus.
Gonna go for the one on the train, actually.
Ooh. Okay, yes. So when you go through the train, you go through the circus to the train, you go, and Antonio's the box has a cat in it. The cat both alive and dead, and he opens
She
it
steps into her former self.
up. Yes, and Marquis comes over, he looks through the gold, and goes, "This is only a shelf," and lifts it up, and in there's 2 maps. There's the book, there's the Roman standard, the big golden standard that they have of the
Anna will
now know as a phoenix.
That standard's
Pick-
gonna be something.
Anna will pick up the 2 maps and sort of spread them out and start looking them over and trying to memorize.
Yes.
Crypt.
One map is for Turkey, and one map is for Georgia, which is north of Turkey, still on the Black Sea. They're both on the edges of the Black Sea.
Mhm.
One map is in German, kind of German-Turkish mix. The other is in Cartvillian, right?
Just like
Mhm.
French.
I've got both of those.
Yeah. The one that has where Hopa in it is the Georgia map. I
Okay.
think I got that correct, or I've got them backwards. But anyway, that's the two maps.
Alrighty. So she will do her best to memorize the contents of the maps so
I
that
need you to memorize would be a scholarship roll.
I'm good at that.
You got to get a 4 scholarship to memorize anything.
I got 6.
Nice.
Lucky.
Yes. So you spend some time, you look at the maps, and you memorize what's on them. The one with Hopa, there's a note that basically translates to Garden of Eden ? Another one that translates the other one for Georgia, which is north of Turkey, has location of well ? So that one is ripped, but on the backside when you flip it, there's an actual crypt drawn like a maze,
Mm-hmm.
and that one is the one that got ripped in half.
Okay. She will
And
memorize
as you
it.
look at it, you take that time with your 6, you easily memorize the pathways, and you realize you guys were on the wrong side of the crypt the whole time.
We were idiots.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't forget to read the little note, like, to defeat the spider's curse, please recite a Bible verse.
Isaiah
Alright.
1 and 22.
I believe we can go back now.
I
dearie.
believe I can fly. I can put you on pause for a second, but I'm listening.
Okay.
Do you believe you can touch the sky?
I believe I can touch the sky.
All right. I can still
I
hear
fucking hear him.
It's still here.
him. Over there. All right, so this is the content you're paying for, folks. YouTube, you're paying for this content.
You know what? Just because it would amuse Jack at this point, standing next to the portal with everyone else in the crypt area and goes, just looks at the others, Marty, we've got to go back. And he cuts through.
Perfect. Take your fate point. All right. Leo,
Yeah.
Alfred feels very compelled.
To do what?
You don't trust the first map. You feel like maybe information had been gathered over the years. You're going to go in the circus, into the back room where Sheila is, and go read that map.
Okay.
Make a fate point.
Okay.
As everything's going on, you work your way through. You're very stealthy. Nobody seems to notice you. And you find what looks like the book to Walter Engelbert, and you see notes on it. Engelbert, The Worship of Angels. Right? As you're kind of reading through it, you see his notes. You're kind of flipping through the pages. And it becomes very clear to you that these phoenix aren't just like a small thing. There's like prophecies related to them. Right? That like a time and a time shall pass, and in that time the new age will be born again, and yada yada yada. But there's also the maps. On the maps there's locations, and things have been translated since they've collected the maps.
Okay.
As you're kind of going through, I need you to roll an alertness for me.
Translations can be wrong.
Got a 5.
5. You see people are coming. Do you want to hide or move, or do you want to just keep there reading?
I will hide.
Okay, you easily move and hide. Thomas comes in with Fred. Fred puts the puppies down. Sheila walks in, and they begin having this conversation in French. Do you speak French?
I mean, I've traveled throughout the world through my time. Do you think I pick up French?
Yeah, roll, and if you get a 2 or better, you speak French.
Got a 2.
You got a 2? That's good. So you understand enough French to kind of understand what they're saying. They start talking about the locations, the finding the well, the Garden of Eden, what it could possibly mean. And Thomas is talking, and Fred begins saying that he has cancer, and he's afraid that if nothing's done soon, he's gonna die. Right? And that he believes the only way to save himself is to get to the well and heal himself. And as they kind of whispered in hushed tones, you know that Anna's sitting outside this room listening. And she didn't come in. But one of the things that's on the notes that you see is her healing doesn't fix it. That you had read, that the healing didn't fix the cancer.
Right. So the thing is, they obviously know this, I'm assuming, right?
Who knows what part?
Anna's friends here.
Yeah, her friends from the past. Yeah, absolutely. But Fred, yeah. So Anna knows that her trying to heal him of cancer didn't heal him. He died of cancer anyway.
Are they still there?
They're there talking, and they're kind of hushed tones. Anna's just outside the room, as you remember seeing her last time, kind of listening in. They're kind of discussing if they find the well, if they get to whatever, that they might be able to like cure him of the cancer.
So,
Anna, do you want to pick up that phone? Because I fucking called it.
So I obviously know that they died, right?
Well, yeah, they all died of old age. Fred died of cancer. The guy who's
Okay.
bringing the dogs, he dies of cancer.
What did Alfred figure out? Did he speak French?
Yeah, he knows enough French to understand what's being talked about.
Okay, what was it? Sorry, I had to tune out for 2 seconds.
I apologize. Yeah, no worries. So Alfred got to actually listen in directly and read the notes that are on the map and everything and all this. So what they're doing is they're trying to cure Fred of his cancer by finding the well. They think that something in the well can cure him.
Ah.
Because Anna's curing abilities does not cure Fred's cancer.
Not even her, like, giving up a tail feather?
Well, no. She knows it won't.
So the keys are usually based in regret, is it not?
Sure. Absolutely. Worst day, regret, something bad.
So not being able to cure one of
Dark
your
God,
friends
insane.
of cancer, wouldn't that be a pretty big regret?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she
No.
could not save him because he is dying.
And she obviously in the future in 1964 is trying to help them find this thing they're looking for to cure the cancer.
Right.
She is not unaware that that's what they were trying to do and they failed.
So would one of them be the key?
Oh, maybe we should kill the one with cancer or see if he turns into a key.
You're
Yeah.
not killing
JP.
anyone.
Maybe
So
we
let's do
should
that.
ask him about his cancer and see if he turns into a key.
Ali,
But it might be
rip out
healing
the
him
cancer.
that's actually the key.
Huh?
It might be healing him or finding a way to heal him that's the key.
Oh, what
That's
do we
the
find in the
regret is
crypt?
letting him
There's-
die.
The crypt is full of books. Maybe it's the answer.
Well, we have to find the books now. We have to
That
go
is-
back into the crypt, and now
Yeah.
that I have the other part of the map, we can.
Mon ami to the crypt, and I go running.
All right.
We can do it! We can do it! On
It's like a
Shark
9-year-old child.
All right, back of the hole.
Who needs CPR? I know CPR.
What's CPR?
All right. So everybody heads to the crypt in 1964.
Mhm.
And
Leo, are
she,
you coming?
Well, I got to get out of there first, so I got to sneakily sneak the
I'm just
fuck
Give me
out
a stealth.
into it.
Give me a stealth.
Is the epitome of stealth.
Gotta be a 4.
-4. Come on.
6.
Fall out of there and die.
6. You easily stealth out and around everybody. You steal one of their hats as you go. It doesn't trans into the other reality, but you stole it and you're proud of yourself.
I'm not an ass like that, man. I might be an
Big
ass. but
wide
not
brim
like that.
hat with a huge.
So what do you do if you don't steal? There he goes.
Hello, Leo.
It's wide brimmed hat with a.
Yes, exactly. So Leo, what do you do while escaping that room?
Sorry, I dropped something. I had to grab it. So last thing I heard was I steal a hat. What did you guys say
Okay,
after that?
but you said you wouldn't do that. So what would your character have done?
Graffiti.
I would have just got the hell out of there.
You
Do
Okay.
easily
have
sneak past
sunglasses.
everyone without being noticed and enter the other memory. Everybody does. You all find yourself in the memory of the crypt, the cemetery of the skulls. So it smells like rot, like water.
I take a
stagnant.
skull and I go, I think the crypt is this way, and I make the skull talk. And then I vomit because it's disgusting.
What was it?
I think it is over here.
I knew him well. Whatever it is. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, from Hamlet.
What's
Oh,
Rocco
Horatio.
think of all this stuff that's been going on? I'm a little worried about Rocco now, actually.
Rocco's been deceptively quiet lately.
Yeah.
Rocco has been reading what he can. There's not been a lot in Italian or English, so he's not been able to make out a lot of what's going on. He's been more so reading you guys and watching what everybody else is doing. Sometimes the wisest thing to say is nothing at all. So
Yeah,
he's
Rocco
been,
doesn't seem all that wise to me.
and he hasn't.
Well, no. What Justin is saying in DM terms is he forgot Rocco was there.
Yeah.
First off, I compel you to bang your head against the wall, and secondly, you're correct. Take a fate point.
I take that point.
Yes. And yeah, so Rocco's been wisely standing back and listening to everyone's conversations.
I imagine he'd be pretty horrified to be in a half-drowned cemetery, though.
I probably filled one.
Like some
He's a
of us
little-
have been around long enough to be in battlefields where we've had to literally walk over our friends' and enemies' dead bodies. So this would be less than nothing to us at that point. But
But to a new.
No, the crypts without a doubt are gruesome. Specifically, there are fresh bodies, there's ancient bodies, there's like skeletons floating in the water. Like this is like some Indiana Jones, things went sideways, the crypts flooded shit, right? But
we
like,
go this way.
I get two skulls and make them kiss. Go, it's okay. I like you.
I-
Can we,
tragedy,
which-
comedy.
Erin, which way should we go? Erin, which way should we go? Erin, which way should we go?
Anna.
Oh.
Anna.
they're
This
coming
way.
for you, Anna.
Anna begins leading you down the pathway away from her memory of herself and the guys towards a crypt. You find a sarcophagus, basically, that is moss grown over. On the top of the sarcophagus is a skeleton that's carved into it, and the moss grows up and into its mouth. It's both beautiful and wretched all in its ways. Light
Amen.
vaguely shines down through what has got to be some reflective shit in the ceiling. And it shines down right onto that crypt. The whole air, it's the center of the room, that little sarcophagus. And it's big, but it could definitely house a person.
How did you miss this last
No
time?
one break the light. Nobody break the light circle around the
All right,
around the obviously trap.
around the obvious trap.
I watched Indiana Jones.
Should we try a
Zelda. I
skeleton?
know how this goes.
Please
Jack,
do not
did we-
desecrate the body.
What's that, Bob?
Should we try a skeleton into the circle and see what happens?
Sure,
Yeah.
you toss a skeleton into the circle.
Yeah.
It hits the sarcophagus and breaks.
Okay, I walk in and I start opening the sarcophagus.
Do you use Inhuman Strength?
I use the human strength.
Mark it on your hunger chart.
Oh, yes.
One.
And I
And you...
Anna, we're not going to desecrate the body. Mahogany's its color.
mahogany.
Mahogany.
I already got one.
Mahogany.
One is marked in.
All right. So you, with your vampiric strength, you feel the hunger. You've been using a lot of your energy. You feel like maybe every time you fed it was in a dream and it might not have been real and you don't know for sure. But you lift the sarcophagus and you push the lid off. It hits the ground. Loud, echoing through the chamber. and inside is a human body. Not mummified per se. He looks like he was
Dried out.
maybe about 100 years ago, so and not properly.
I immediately give him CPR. I can do this. I can save this one. And I start pumping his chest and pulling it out.
JP.
You give him CPR.
I give CPR.
Okay.
You're an
Take a fate
idiot.
point. You put your mouth on his mouth, and you blow for all you're worth, baby.
Does the chest rise? Does nothing happen?
It's
A
a
puppet.
skeleton.
Throw it at him.
Yeah, it could be some leather. It could be held together. It makes,
Everything poofs out in your
Ugh.
big gust of wind. And you do notice what looks like a good 30 books in the sarcophagus as you make out with this corpse.
Is it technically necrophilia because he's a vampire?
He too is dead. No. Well, the White Court aren't technically dead, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're still living.
Yeah.
Okay. Still
They-
necrophilia.
They're like enhanced humans. Is basically what they are.
That's okay. God forgives, right?
Yeah, you gotta sin to be forgiven.
How can someone who's so religious be so flippant with the remains of the dead?
I
You're
just want
right,
to save people's lives.
You're
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry.
He needs another
JP,
fate point for that
Anna,
one. You
JP.
crawl on the body. I compel you to crawl on the body and make sweet, passionate love to it. Move the books to the side, hand it to whoever, but you want to make your point known.
I straddle the body, then I shove Kevin in the mouth and yell, Kevin, get me out of here!
You hear, pie.
Well,
Anna
JP,
is just like gawking at this and just looks mortified.
I
I'm
pull my
gonna
foot out of
use
his mouth, I get out, I go,
otherwise.
JP, you can officially agree that you are in fact in a dream because you are getting boned.
ah,
Oh,
finally happened. And would I get hungry using my powers in the dream? Or what
you
can
do,
I-
absolutely. Same mechanics in this area.
Same mechanics?
Same mechanics.
Because it's not really
I will take the books.
As you reach towards the books, they all coalesce into a key.
I suggest you eat that.
I am not going to eat it.
Or you can insert it. But I ate mine.
We
Dark
are
God
all
is-
going to
There's
leave
enough
now.
insertable things in the script right now.
And there's a sense of ennui right now for you, Anna. You
Like
found
deja
them.
vu?
You found them in this world, but not in the real world, and you certainly didn't find them in 1964.
Let's just go.
Well, at least this time you didn't fully fail.
So do phoenixes, do they ever make sounds like crows when they're...
Anna is going to haul off and punch Jack in the face.
Yeah, I had it coming.
Take a fate point. That was coming for a long time.
I have been, on a meta note, I have been trying to get you to hit me for like sessions now. I've been
Happened.
progressively getting worse and worse. Just like, I think I can get Anna to hit me.
I'm gonna hug Anna and go, I'm so proud of you.
Well, we
You
all
are
have
knocked
key-
on your ass, Jack. She hits you, and even there's a bit of a spark that comes off her fist as it connects with your jaw.
Good.
You feel
We all
yourself-
have the key on us right now?
The hate flowing through you.
Well, Ansel
Embrace it.
is key.
How much damage did I take?
Ansel with us?
You don't take any real damage per se. More so, you take a 2 social.
Oh, so I'm at 3 social now.
Can we all rub our keys together here and see if anything happens before we go back?
We don't have all the keys right now.
We have a
do
bunch of
now.
keys on us.
On each other.
Rocco holds up his key. He's like, I do have my key.
We're missing Ansel. We gotta get back to Ansel.
But we all have our key and we could...
Let your powers combine.
Don't
You
like
know,
where
that's-
this is going after he was just making out
I have
with-
heart.
Earth.
No,
Fire.
Anna has heart.
No, what we need to do, guys, now, since we all have the keys, is form Voltron.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
He's trying to go for a captain planet.
yeah. See, that's what I was going for.
Earth,
Hey,
fire, wind.
If we're gonna go with
water,
anything with
hot.
keys, at least make it Power Rangers
With
Turbo.
your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Captain Plot Hook.
Captain Planet, he's
Dave,
our hero.
I will
Save the planet.
Raiders of the
I'll
Lost
turn
Ark
into a
this
fucking
this
tree.
realm and run for the exit.
You
You guys don't want to check out what our keys can do here before we go?
Nope.
Okay,
Not in my memories. Do it outside.
that's what I'm trying to avoid is outside. We're safe in here.
Well, you're also one key short. You don't have Ansel's key.
Yes, we are.
All right. So you
Get out
all...
of my head now.
All right. So everybody runs out of Anna's memories, out of her mind, and they go through one out of the circus, and you find yourself in the Bay Shore area. And Ansel is there waiting for you guys by the van. All right. Here he goes. Hey, what took you guys so long?
Oh, we run
How
into
long are we in there?
A couple hours.
Not so bad then.
Yeah, I don't really have much to read while I'm out here, so I wish I had a book.
Hook up.
should have manifested a cell phone, or you could play video games.
You know, I've never been really much of a cell phone guy. I find that shit's kind of toxic and kind of absorbs your mind.
It's funny you mentioned that.
So how did it go in there? Did everything work out? Did we
I
get
got
the
the
key?
key.
Did you guys like run? Was it like mine? You're gonna have to do it again? Like what's happening?
No, I got the key.
We were, how you say, successful, yes?
And Anna, he looks at you and he takes a step closer, and he goes, "You okay?"
I'll be fine.
That is code for not really.
Yeah.
Anna, it's not your fault.
Yes. He puts
Jack,
his hand on your shoulder and goes, "It's not
if
your
you
fault."
touch me,
I'm gonna
I
put
will
my
burn
hand
out your
on his
eyeballs.
It's okay.
Put my hand on his shoulder and say, "You can hit him again later. We're not doing this right now. We've got something else to do."
Yeah. We'll leave Goodwill Hunting for another day.
I feel bad for Anna. I'm gonna hug her and say, "Ignore Jack. He's an ass."
Let it go, Sal. You got shit to do.
So should we run to the other door and get this started before we sign off?
Are we gonna?
Which door are we
We
going
gonna rub
to?
all our bits together? Or what are we doing?
Well, pull out your
here's the
bits and
question.
tell me your sins.
So Ansel takes out his key. Rocco takes
I
out.
want to use the site to look at these keys as they get them close together like this.
I too will turn on my sight.
I pull my skin
tight.
tight, and you can see the outline of the key in my stomach.
I need you to roll an endurance.
Oh man.
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna pull out my axe. 'Cause I don't think this is going to turn out well. Some reason.
Who's rolling endurance?
I
Anyone
am.
who used their sight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not me.
That is 5, 6,
Get 3.
7.
All right.
Fucking
Well,
savage.
Anna, you're gonna have to take a 5 on your physical, and that would be an 8. And you'd take a 1, Jack, on your physical. The seeing the keys through the sight screams into your mind an overwhelming sense of power. The energies come through as divine and infernal swirling together, and you see what looks like a million minds stomped down to create a power so immense that it could hold a god.
Blood
So that sounds
magic?
that also sounds kind of dark. That sounds
Okay,
blood
so
magic
these are
things.
Jack will kind of like hold his head for a couple of seconds. He's trying to power through the
As you
pain.
put your hands on your eyes, Jack,
Or
you can
I.
feel your eye. You can both eyes. You can feel the wetness of the tears pouring, and when you pull your hands away, you see blood. It's not tears. Same with you, Anna.
Oh, that's bad.
Hey Jack, remember the one time when you saw those keys? Give him a
Anna
flash.
is just standing there, sort of like agape again.
Anyone who's around them from doing this, they've both fallen to the ground, and their ears and eyes are bleeding.
Do we know how to stop this?
I immediately start giving Jake CPR.
Jack, CPR.
I'm on
No,
Jack.
he
I'm
said
giving him
Jake.
full CPR. I'm
He
breathing
grabbed
in his
Jake.
mouth. I'm pumping on his fat belly. Like, I can save this one.
Anna is gonna
I still taste a
quickly.
little funny, but I can save you. But I taste a little bit odd.
I'm
Anna
not
is
worried
shutting
about
that
Anna.
sight.
I'm gonna kneel next to her and try to stop the bleeding.
Already in my mind, it's like Bob looks at me on the ground and immediately grabs Jackie and starts giving him CPR.
You think that, but that's not what
Think that.
happened.
But yeah,
That's all I can think in here now.
I can
the
save
bad
him.
thoughts are gone.
I can save him.
So you come to Jack, full embrace with Jean-Paul. As
I
you
did it.
feel your lungs
Finally?
fill with air.
Finally,
like
I
blows
saved
into
one.
you, like an like blowing into an accordion, xylophone. What is the one where you blow into it and you play the keys?
This
Got-
accordion.
Bagpipes?
Bagpipe. Thank you.
Oh,
What
oh,
thing is
violence.
they could do?
Violence, Bob, violence.
I saved your life. I think you owe me one.
I
can
should
thank
not
me
have
later.
done that.
But
Don't
you
get
two
attention.
both feel
Okay,
very.
Is there anything I can do?
I am going to heal myself. Just give me a moment.
You two feel both very fucked up by seeing these keys through your sight.
Every time we
I'll
bring it up, we'll get a
close my
flashback as
sight.
well, by the way, which is great.
I'm
Yeah.
going to heal myself.
Yeah, I will definitely focus on closing my sight first.
Yes. But for the brief second you saw as you brought the keys together and you opened your sight, they were emerging.
So they turn into one. They'll turn into one key if we put them together.
Seems that way.
So we could use the keys individually to open up the one door, or I think we can put them all together and open up the door to get out.
You think if you put all the keys together, they will merge into one key.
So we can make one key.
We do not want the Dark God to get this one key from us.
So
I honestly do not think
push
he's
back.
a dark god.
Well, he did
I
not.
push back. What's his name? Bob's head or JP's head. Put my hand by his mouth, and I want to pull the key out with
you
air.
do How
I
you do
poke him with iron.
Magic.
it? You poke him with iron.
I poke him with iron.
Okay, so he pokes you with iron. You do your thing. So you're rolling against each other.
Yep. To make sure I get this done, I'm gonna go ahead and put.
So roll alertness to see who goes first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not great. That's 3 for me.
2 for alertness.
So Jack does go first.
Oh, okay, slightly better then.
Yeah.
7,
I got
5.
3 zeros and a 1 plus 1.
It happens. It happens.
Oof.
I'm only gonna use 7 notes of power.
So you got to roll the control 7.
Yeah, that's why I'm only using 7. I could probably get 4,
How many fate points is this going to cost you there, Jack?
5.
How many did you give him?
You gotta use this.
This is gonna
You get-
cost me 1 fate point to match it.
Okay.
Do I need to remind you I'm trained by Ragnar?
Here's
This
the bonus.
is different kind of violence.
Yes. So with the control of the powers, he has to meet or exceed it. So.
Yeah. So I meet it.
Mhm. Oh, this setting you need to exceed.
Oh, well then I will use 2 fate points.
There we go.
We have a big battle coming up. Might need
I
those
will
fate
rip
points.
out your esophagus, okay? Do you want me to do that? No. I'm just gonna yank out the key.
You know, considering how long it's been inside of him, you might be better off just fisting him in the butt. It might also be easier to get
Well,
your hand.
what's going to happen is air's going to fly out of both directions for Bob. So this is going to be, or JP. So this is going to be a mess.
It's going one way or the other, so it's
So
happening.
7. So Bob, you have to roll an athletics or something. It's magic.
Clench your booty hole.
To not
It's
allow you to get your hand at his mouth. Right? So you got to roll a 7 or better on either athletics or fists or something.
Iria, do you
I
have
can't
a
roll that high for
handkerchief?
either of those.
Well, you
My
can-
highest roll would not do it, and I only got 3 fate points left. My highest roll wouldn't do it.
your highest roll is spending it, so you're just going to let him do it?
Yeah, my highest roll wouldn't do anything. My fist is +1. My athletics is whatever I roll plus
Yeah.
fate points, and I chewed up a lot of fate points in the previous battle.
Okay.
Just
Like I
to
chewed up a
say,
lot. I used like 5 fate points in one battle.
What's that, Amanda?
Ninja's gonna realize what's going on, and there's going to be a shield up around the rest of us, so nothing hits.
Oh no, you're gonna be surprised, and it's gonna be a shitty surprise.
Oh,
Yeah, all
no.
over the shield, not us. We're good.
So, at that point, Jack reaches and puts his hand on your mouth and fires air down your esophagus using quite a bit of power, like a huge amount of power. You feel this colonic irrigation at the highest level. You don't eat normally, so everything that's in you is like coins and pens you swallow and shit like that, right? But your trousers, which are now fully loaded, are loaded with everything you've decided to store for later.
Oh, the coin's already out.
Well, there's other coins you've swallowed. You're
There
just
hasn't been other coins. There's only been one coin.
So what's in your trousers?
Fucking corn, T-bone steak, and a key.
And deer.
I evacuated his
yeah.
prison wallet.
My
So
shiv.
you feel your pants go. Everyone can smell what just happened.
I take off my pants and I throw them at Jack. I got a present for you.
Jack, a shitty pair of trousers hit you in the face.
I would like to try and avoid this.
Roll in athletics.
Don't let him avoid it.
Yeah,
Do I have athletics?
This is
I
his
do.
consequence. He wanted this.
He
4.
begged for this.
I have a 4.
I have human
4?
strength. It hit him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you do inhuman strength, you're well and above whatever. So roll and add it to inhuman strength, which would be like a 3, I think.
I got 2 with my human strength and my might. So yeah, it's happening.
Yes, it's happening. So you get
Fuck it,
smacked.
I tried.
You get smacked with a wet thud in your face. But the key hangs right there.
I'll take the key.
Is that
In a
worse
moment
than
of
me
pure
saving your life with
disgust.
CPR? I do not know.
Ansel
It's like-
vomits. Ansel vomits.
just that look of just a got the key.
Ugh.
I think we should leave here so everything disappears. I'm just saying it.
I'm fine.
Are you? Catch. I throw him the key.
So,
I'm just standing there in the corner shaking my head. If this is
Uh.
the worst thing that happens to us today, I think we'll be okay.
So I tossed the key to Ansel.
He. Oh yeah,
Is he gonna
catches
catch it out of reflex?
and then vomits again. And then he takes his key and merges it with that one, and all the keys light up and pulls out of his hand, and all of them spin together, and just a flash of light as they become one crystalline key as it slowly lowers to the ground.
I am going to try and take it.
Pull Kevin up, pointed at the
Don't
keys.
let what's her face take it. Don't let Karen at it.
Karen's not here.
I know. Don't let Karen take that.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Wait,
wants the
why
dark
isn't
god out.
Karen here?
where did
Karen is
go?
obviously like a fucking
Karen's a
disciple of
Jackie.
dark god. She has
Karen-
disciple written all over her.
Anna feels that most of the people here can't be trusted with something like this, so she's gonna...
Ansel says, we're not far from the central door if you want to just exit, but also if we want to let the god out, that's north.
Kevin, can you see the key?
Is Jackie still there?
No, Jackie's not with you guys. Jackie and Karen are not here. And neither is Faye. Faye's not here.
We have to
I
get
am
them.
We're
willing
gonna
to
have
come
get
back.
answers, which means that
Jackie's in trouble.
Mahoney may have taken them to ensure that we let him out.
We can always come back.
Or
This is not
a
one-way
Ansel
key.
laughs when you say that and goes, nah, it's not as complicated as that. Like, I was just texting them. They're back at Ansel's place. I'm sorry, back at my place. Like, realistically,
They
they're
are.
just waiting for us. Faye's
say
not
we-
far from here. He's at the central door. If we want to try this key on that door and get the fuck out, we can. But there's also, like, the
We can
question
always
of the
come
god
back.
up north.
We can always come back and let the god free if we need to. This is
as
not a one-way
Jack's
door.
wiping off like god awful stuff
We
in his
don't know
face.
what's going to happen. We open this door and leave, we might be gone and the key dies. We don't know what happens. And then
Well,
what? We
we
exit
need a-
this world and the god's fucked and we're fucked and like I don't know what happens if we just try the exit door.
something.
sure they can bring
in
us
the
back.
mountain wakes
They brought
up.
this here one time already through our dreams. Who says they
What?
won't bring us back again?
We could permanently lock a god away. you do realize we got all the parts we need to fucking save this guy, and if we
JP.
we might be permanently leaving.
We
The
do not
thing
know
is-
this guy. He is a stranger.
Volus, you have something?
If we try to open up this door right now and Kahone has any control over what's happening, what are the chances we're just going to reset back to this moment?
I don't know. We
No
we
harm,
could
no
open
foul.
The door, and we could be just gone. We could just all wake up in our beds. We don't know.
I think we need to sit down with him, because right now I remember someone mentioned something about a monster in a mountain.
Yes.
Uh,
Gahone
so
wants to be able to stop it. Why
if
are
we
you
go
people?
back and
Because
something
this
wakes
is not
up,
my quest. He did not call and ask me to help him. I was taken against my will.
By all accounts, a god summoning you is exactly what happened. You got asked. You're here.
Wasn't Jesus buried in a mountain?
think
Golgotha.
lots
He was buried under Golgotha or some shit like that. Some rich man's
That was
tomb.
a shit demon.
Some rich man's tomb.
No, it was it's Ottawa Valley Mountain or something like that. It was local. There was a
Yeah.
mountain that was local that this was all about.
Pakenham?
Could be. No, like legit. You laugh. Could be.
that's one of the closest ones. Not
All
going
I know
into
is
Gatineau.
the king under the mountain is bad. Is coming.
And is going to destroy everybody if we don't let out Kahone.
That
He's
is his
got
story,
some
but we
ability
do
to
not know if
stop
it's
him.
true. I
Yeah.
have zero trust.
Well, let's call him.
Call him?
We get the Karen, and we talk to him. We've got all the leverage now.
Ah, but then we're under his control, under his roof.
So are we all in
No.
agreement that Karen is done? Like we're done. Like she's not her anymore.
You don't
Probably
know
not.
that.
Karen?
She's not her anymore. Whatever he's done to her, she's like a zealot.
Okay,
She-
so she's a lost cause.
Yeah,
Well, I know how she's gonna vote. That's for fucking sure.
I
Yeah.
don't care what her. I didn't care about Karen's vote when she was normal.
Because I
Liberal.
can guarantee you, if we go to try and talk to this thing, it's gonna go sideways. I need to know that collateral being, if Karen's collateral, we're okay with that. Anna, you need to be
I don't
okay.
know about her being collateral, being okay with it. I do know she's siding with the god. There's not a
Yeah.
He is
question.
a disciple.
And Jackie,
Well,
I don't know if any of you noticed, but he ain't okay either. Ever since
Yeah.
he died,
Hasn't
he ain't
been
the
okay
same.
since he died.
Yeah,
Well, you see some shit, I expect.
yeah. Well,
To
that
be fair, we don't
the-
know what he saw or what happened to him while he was dead, or if it's just
I
the
don't know
actor
that his
about to be
body ever
brought
came
to
back
life.
to life. She brought back his soul. Did she bring back his body?
I don't
Yes.
know, says Rocco either. He says whatever happened to Jackie, he's not okay. He hasn't talked
See-
much. He's not joking.
It
He,
is a traumatic experience. You don't realize that dying is a big deal.
Yeah, we went down in the big fight.
I know how traumatic death can be.
Yeah.
I've done it once. I remember it well.
Yeah.
And he's been
So
cranky ever
the
since.
The fact that he's not joking around shouldn't be that surprising.
Whatever's going through his head,
Surprising.
he's
But I do kind of miss my mentor.
yeah.
Leo, do you want to try to get
Doesn't-
out of here or release the Dark God?
See, the problem is we need Karen because she's the only one who can speak to it.
She
We
is
can
very-
talk all we want, but we're not
Wait,
getting
wait.
anywhere.
So,
We don't
Which
need
Dark-
Karen to get out of here.
which
But we
dark
need an
god are we?
interpreter.
Which dark god are we releasing?
Cojones.
It's not a dark god.
It's a winter god. Winter
Every
winter
god
is an
is-
element. It's elements
Can-
aren't good or evil.
Okay, can we release Kronos instead?
Oh my
upon
god.
saying that, Rocco
Is
laughs pretty
evil.
heartily.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
We have to find him. We don't have that kind of time.
And Kronos is definitively evil, as opposed to an elemental.
History is written by the victors. Don't start
Yeah.
that.
And I would not call Mab queen of cuddliness and
He
happiness.
wasn't exactly the greatest guy in the
Yeah,
world.
but she's
And
practical.
he's the one who locked them away.
She's illogical.
Yeah, and Mab hasn't destroyed the earth yet.
Nor would she. She frees it.
Your type has tried, but my queen doesn't. Well,
Rocco looks at you sideways at the statement, "Your queen."
what?
Okay, we're against each other all of a sudden. Let's focus. If we're going in, okay, if we're going to try and get out of here, let's get out of here. But let's presume that there's a chance that we're going to get fucked when we try, and we're going to have to deal with a pissed off Kahone instead of one that's waiting for us to come back and help him. If we're going to get into a fight either way, we need to be on the same page here.
So do we vote?
Understand that there's a chance that if we don't free Kahone,
Then we have to fight whatever this Mountain King is.
And
if there's even a possibility of us
millions of people could end up dead.
Yeah.
If he's keeping us asleep, he's going to let those two other people that he has with him right now wake up, and they will have connections to him. They will come fuck with us in the real world, and they'll probably have a portion of his power. Now
Well,
he
that means he's a dark god, so
Thanks.
Again, you're going with this dark god, not a dark god.
how do you know?
I'm
Because he's
saying
an
a dark
element?
God. I'm saying he's a vengeful one.
Yeah.
Vengeful?
Winter gods are considered evil. Saturn is an evil god. Mab is an evil god.
Mab
Most
isn't a
winter
god.
gods are bad,
Mm.
says Rocco. But that doesn't mean they're all bad. I mean, Vandrin's okay. He's a winter god.
Do we know for sure he's a winter god?
Gahone,
With their lore roll?
he's clear. He's old man winter.
And his power is very natural. It literally looks like
Supernatural.
And how is Queen Mab gonna feel if we let out
No,
a
it's-
winter god that she locked up?
his
Yeah, you're
power
welcome.
looks like it is formed of the spirits of animals and nature.
We need to know why he is locked up and who did it.
I'm assuming, like Karen
Because
said,
Christianity
Christian
are
gods.
assholes.
the Christian gods stomped the native gods.
I don't know. I
This
have
is
met
Tartarus.
I have met the angels, and that has not seemed their way. I cannot see Michael or Oriole stomping other gods and squishing them under their feet. They are not like that.
now. What
Think
about-
less of the gods and more
What
of the
about
people
1,000
who
years
worship
ago?
the gods.
That sounds like magic, and that'd be the wizards, or that would be the winter court, or the summer court.
How many
It's-
thousands of years ago was the Judeo-Christian God a pretty vengeful bastard, sending his angels down to do some heavy shit? It
Oh,
wasn't
just wipe
that
out
long
whole
ago
cities?
they
Yeah.
were taught.
Judeo-Christian God is a baby, but he
Yeah.
is one with lots of power.
Like the stuff that the Spaniards or whoever did it to them, their power is pretty remarkable. Especially consider how powerful the swords are. The three swords in the world that are meant to defend humanity and the mortal realm.
That is
from
my
the
point. You
darkness.
you look at the swords with your sight, and your eyes do not bleed. You look at the swords with your sight, and you see the holiness and
Because
pureness.
they're good.
You look at the keys, and you almost die because they're holding something terrible.
Their power.
In Tartarus.
Yeah.
Okay, you
The
guys
keys,
seem
they
convinced. Let's go let
or
out the
they a
god.
mixture of the two.
You guys sound convinced? Let's
It's-
take it to a vote. I say we get out of here free. Who wants to let out the god?
I want
We're
to
the
let
keys
him out.
inherently
I
evil.
don't necessarily want to let him out. I want to talk.
Yeah, he's not gonna let us. Okay. Anyone else who's going to got to get everyone?
Ansel says, I don't know what to do about it. Realistically, if he's a winter god, he's going to be against my people.
Volus, you want to let them out?
We need to stop it.
Leo,
Stop him or the mountain god.
We're gonna end up having to stop both.
I
Leo,
say okay. Here's my theory. All right, let him
just
out
vote. Which one?
Let-
Which
let
one do you
him
want to
out.
do?
and let him deal with the mountain god,
So you want to let him out?
and then we can deal with the consequences. Then there's no point in fighting two gods in full power where you can at least weaken one of them.
So you want to release him?
What?
Hera,
God, lied to Tartarus. What if?
Hera,
Leo,
Amanda,
does
last
he have
vote.
lore scholarship?
Don't know about scholarship. My lore's pretty low though.
Amanda,
Give me a roll for
you want to let them go?
I vote for letting him out for a few reasons. One of
So
them
that
being-
is 3 solid.
one. There's something weird about the term mountain god that irks you, but you can't figure it out. There's something odd about it.
Can I ask them? Hey guys, what's with this mountain god term?
What if
we roll lore for.
this
Sure.
is the mountain god?
We can roll lore.
Yeah.
This is a straight roll for me. Unless you
Or-
use scholarship.
I got an 8.
Nice.
I got a 7.
3, 6, 8, 7. With the
3.
7s, 7 and an 8. You're very familiar with like Judeo-Christian language. In the story of David and Jonathan in the book of like Chronicles, Kings, and all that, they end up fighting the Greeks, and the Greeks, representing Zeus and whatnot, proclaim that Yahweh is a mountain god and he has no strength unless they're on the mountain. And then the soldiers of Jah proceed to come down the mountain and beat the living shit out of the Greeks. Yahweh is a mountain
So
god.
he's going to fight God.
Yeah, he's going to come back and fight the Judeo-Christian god.
So he's the enemy of Christianity.
He wants to be set out so he can get revenge for being put away.
It's a street fight.
So do you think Jesus and his father are going to destroy the world? And we need to release a god to fight him?
What did you
Well-
roll for lore, Bob?
I got 2.
So, destroy the world, fight on the mountain, Armageddon.
It sounds like we're letting out the 8 horsemen.
No, we are letting out the person who is going to stop
Armageddon.
your Armageddon.
The
Your
mother god
god,
is Yahweh,
your
and he's going to
god,
fight Yahweh.
your god, and Old Man Winter are on the same side in this case.
He sounds like he's going to go after Yahweh.
Enemy of my enemy kind of thing? That's what you're thinking, Anna?
Well, Yahweh's not
Yes.
my enemy, or it's not anyone's enemy.
No, but
Midnight.
she's suggesting that if we let the old man Winter out, he and Yahweh are going to defeat some evil bad guy. Is that what
Yahweh, Yahweh
Yo.
is
The war
but
that
does not
Yahweh
fight battles.
brings is Armageddon. The war that the Yahweh brings is Armageddon.
And
Yeah,
Old
so
Man
if the
Winter
Holy comes
is
back and takes
against
the fight-
Yahweh.
God. Yeah.
yes, and Yahweh does not
We let the
interfere
Holy
in the
out
affairs
here
of
and
man.
fighting Armageddon to start.
Yeah.
That's
He
basically
destroying
what's being told to us. If we let out this old man Winter, Armageddon, we will potentially be starting Armageddon unless we
No.
Postponing it.
If
Postponing
we let him out, he is trying to stop Armageddon because Yahweh is the one who's going to start it.
Yahweh is not doing.
is Yahweh potentially going to start it without him? Like anyway?
It
Like,
says in the
If we
books
don't
Yahweh
let him
doesn't.
out, if we don't let Old Man Winter out, then Yahweh is going to get out, and he is going to fuck everyone's shit up.
Yahweh is out. Yahweh's given up
Yahweh
in the
is-
books. Right in the books, he says that he's given free will and does not interfere with man. It gives
People
he
change
gave,
their
he gave
minds.
all humans the freedom of choice. That's what the books say, straight
It
up
takes-
for
it takes
for
Yahweh
Dresden Files.
a couple of centuries to change his mind, or so says the books.
No, for Dresden Files though, they say
Not
that
quick.
he's
No,
He
I meant
stepped away.
the books in the Bible. Takes
Yeah.
him a while to change his mind.
yeah.
That's
But the
pretty
books of
much
Dresden Files is Yahweh is stepped away and told his angels to step away and gave us the freedom of choice.
Yeah, it's the days of decision.
I still think that letting him out is what we should do.
I still stand by. We need to stop him.
We need to stop
Gahone,
him.
Yahweh.
Oh,
Let
Which one?
we need to
them
stop Conan.
fight.
We can't stop Yahweh. He's got the swords.
Yeah.
The swords are going to show up and wreck our shit.
Yeah, so would you not rather have a god distract another god while you try and destroy that first god?
Why are we trying to destroy Yahweh? Can we?
The world is collateral. If we can stop him here and now where he's weak, because he's weak here because he's straining himself just to appear in front of us.
Yes, he is. Gohone is spending a lot of energy to show up.
But those swords, they show up where they're needed. If
Yeah.
we were a real threat, they'd have shown up to deal with us in our sleep.
They'll show up when we fail.
Yeah, and they don't kill the innocent. We're innocent.
If we fight him and fail, the swords will most definitely show up in the real world, but it won't matter to us because we'll be dead.
So, do we want to get out of here? Anyone?
If in his weakened state we can stop him here and now, they won't need to come, and we can have averted all kinds of catastrophe. That guy's going to tell us anything. He didn't tell us that Yahweh was going to come destroy the shit. He told us that the mountain god was going to come destroy shit.
God of the mountain,
we don't let him out.
Yeah,
Okay, again,
Sending us on a loop, and
we're going off of
just let him out.
the natives have evil mountain gods separate from the Judeo-Christian gods. When this guy got locked away, there's a good chance they didn't barely dealt with him aside from just then. They wouldn't reference him the same way the Greeks would.
Yeah.
This could literally be a monster that eats people that sleeps in a mountain that could wake up.
Roll a lore or a scholarship, Jordan.
I'll try a lore.
We have
is
we have one
6.
holy sword
6
on our side.
The scholarship or lore?
Lore.
When he was talking earlier, they had the mountain god and this, that, and the other thing we've been talking about. He said the god under the mountain, not the god of the mountain. So there is a lot of like translation shit that's going on now that it's starting to get kind of fucky and spooky, and it's like, is he talking about Yahweh? Is he talking about something else? There's like so much dates. Like maybe you need to talk to Karen. Maybe you need to really.
Honestly, I think we need to talk to this thing. At the very least, give ourselves a chance to understand the situation, because he can't get to us aside from him literally exerting himself.
Okay, let's go have a little chit chat then.
Everyone
Let's go find the others.
Bail or go.
Rocco says, the last thing I really want is to have to fight a Christian god by letting this guy out. I would check the exit door before I tried to fight Jesus.
I'd also check the exit door and take a peekaboo. Hell, we'll just push Jack out and see what happens.
Is Jack our scapegoat?
Hansel laughs and goes, that sounds like a great plan. All right, let's go collect Jackie, Karen, and Faye. Yo, Alfred, text your buddy. Tell him we're going back to my place.
No, not your place. If we're gonna sit down, have a sit down with this thing, we need to bring it on somewhere, a territory we control and we know.
Well, what do you think?
We don't control any territories in the Dreamscape.
No, like a place where we know the landscape, we have room to work with.
It's all my place. Like everything's pretty much the same for me here. I mean, what are we gonna go to Rocco's place? Are we gonna go to Karen's fucking
the
monastery?
Let's use the monastery. There's open space. There's room to fight if we need to.
There's a fucking football field down by my place. We can fight at a football field.
Yeah, but you don't want to fight in a fucking basement. We fight over here.
I live right by Laurentian.
That's over there. We are literally right next to the temple.
Oh, you want to go to the Taoist monastery?
Yeah, with a big open fighting court.
I mean, there's a bit of sanity there, home field territory.
Yeah.
Alfred,
Not to mention, before we bring him in, we set this up before Karen even shows up. We have it set up so that we control the battlefield.
I see what you're thinking.
Can you
All right.
text them and ask them to show up at the monastery?
I'm already on it.
Thank you.
Like, we put up circles. We put up whatever we need to make it as safe as possible for us. Rings and rings.
I will take my true form then.
All right. Rocco nods. He's like, I'm as in for this as anything else.
I mean, Neria can like probably do amazing things here.
For a penny in for a pound, right, guys?
I feel
All right, let's
like,
go to the temple and
I feel
draw
like
circles
we're-
among circles around circles.
I feel like we're not working our way towards a conversation. I feel like we're working our way to a worst case scenario.
If
We
you
could
wish for
be.
peace, prepare for war.
I would rather be prepared when things go wrong than unprepared.
Well, then we might want to do some containment stuff because when the god shows up, his aspect shows up. We're gonna
Yeah.
want to be. able
What's
to
that
do
saying? Talk softly, but carry a big stick.
something. I agree.
And we need to find ways to secure the key.
Rice cooker.
Ansel says, "Hey,
Pardon?
Hollis, do you think that axe would work on a god?"
I heard rice cooker. What's
It
the
does-
joke?
Does it have a rice cooker? Evil containment wave.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you. Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I can turn the rice cooker into one of those Ghostbuster ghost trap things. Maybe we could yeah,
I was
use that to
thinking
contain
like
the
what
ghost.
contained Piccolo.
Oh,
How-
yeah.
How good is your Pengu Fu on a god?
Considering
same
it's
thing.
imaginary right now, pretty good.
All right, so everyone, you get to the Taoist temple, and Karen hasn't arrived with Jackie yet, but you do very much believe that this is going to be a big deal. You begin to start working together, plotting for what you're going to do, because you know when the shit hits the fan, it's going to be for real.
Neria,
Shit goes down.
Yes.
would you
Better be
prefer to
ready.
be off the
Shit
ground
goes
to do your
down.
thing?
We'll cross that
Might
bridge
be
next
better.
in 2 weeks, Aaron, because
Okay.
I think almost 10 o'clock, 10 to 10 is pretty much a good time to call it, because anything that happens from here is going to be like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So just circles. Drawing fucking circles and blood.
Trust
circles
nobody.
and circles.
Everything's crazy. And signing out. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Night.
Night night.